Okay, but anyway, I've been
Yeah.
like I said,
Jam,
I've
by the
never
way,
played Dark
nothing
Souls
you've been
2, and I
saying
will only
makes
play
sense
it if
for
I'm paid to do it.
So, like
Okay.
for chat,
Um
you're like they didn't hear a word you said. So if you want that to be repeated or not.
I'm just gonna say I've never played Dark Souls 2. I never will unless I'm paid to do it or someone buys the game for me.
I've never played any Dark Souls game. Actually, that's not true. I played Bloodborne for like an hour, got bored of it, and never played again.
Man, getting bored of Bloodborne, you fucking idiot. Anyway,
It's not my genre. I'll get to that genre.
I have it as a sub goal. It's a sub goal for me. If I get 100, I'll play the first game.
Dark Souls 1 is pretty good. DS2 is god awful. DS3 is like it's not really that good, but it's all right. I've seen worse.
If I get 100,000
Um,
subs,
I played the first one a little bit, but I never got that far in it. It just isn't my
I,
type of game
so I
generally.
was talking to like a bunch of people where there's like, oh yeah, like so I'm playing through DS1 right now, and they're like, oh yeah, or I was saying like, oh yeah, the like those games are like too hard for me, and they're like, no, they're not. And I was like, yes, they are. I was like, no, they're not. Go back and replay them. No, they're not. And so I actually like sat down and I'm like, oh shit, maybe this isn't actually that hard for me. And I've actually been able to make good
No,
progress in it.
that's not why I never got into it. It's just one of those things where, well, a lot of it is like I tried to jump into the games late, and I don't know. It was
Um,
like, oh, this is okay, I guess.
when you actually learn like how to game the system with how those games work, and you're able to like take advantage of the tools that they give you, it's really not that hard of a game. Yeah.
Nope.
But anyway, enough about Dark Souls.
Oh yeah,
That's a fucking video game.
What do
I
you
now have a
mean?
cute little
Red
thing I made.
Rising is pretty. Red Rising has a pretty large amount of Dark Souls in it.
But I actually have a soundboard for this now.
Stay on target. We're
Yep.
too close. Stay on target.
Yes, thank you, Falcon.
Stay on target.
If Falcon
Yes,
plays
yes,
the
yes.
game,
Anyway,
Whenever we get out of whack.
that's the rules.
You know,
Yes, it's the tangent killer button.
It really
That's
is.
what it's for.
All right, so
anyway,
Red Rising,
to begin,
we finished part 1. It took us 6 hours to go over 6 chapters. An hour chapter. We'll hopefully make better progress than that tonight. I don't.
We
think we're gonna be
should.
here 5 hours. God help me.
Oh, to be fair, there's some of these chapters specific.
Well, some of them are short.
Yeah.
And the ones that aren't short.
There isn't
Yeah,
that
they're
much
really short.
going on. Yeah.
Like there's like even the most meaty chapter in this, I think, is less meaty than most of the chapters of part 1. Like it just this chapter's kind of like the transition stage of the book. We're getting you from Red Darrow to Gold Darrow. That's basically the point.
There's a lot of setup.
Half of the chapters are all like about the Mickey stuff.
I actually don't know what the longest chapter in this series is. I haven't really paid attention to or like gone back to look.
The longest feels like
there's one
the Battle of Ilium, but
it's escaping which one.
Maybe the Battle of Ilium.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't give Rangi any hints.
That might
no,
be
it
it.
felt kind of long to me.
But yeah, Mickey. The reason I put Mickey, I try to pick a relevant character for each like chapters we're covering. So obviously the first thumbnail was Darrow. The second thumbnail would have been Io, but she's already on like the main part of the thumbnail, so it's like kind of feels redundant to put her on there twice. So I put Uncle Darrow. And then for this one I put Mickey.
Iron, can you post a link to the live stream, by the way?
Yeah. So I guess we'll start with just like overall thoughts of these 5 chapters before we dive into them.
I think you sound.
How about we just go from left to right?
Well, okay, I'll go last. We'll start with Rangi and then work the way back to me. So we'll go Rangi, Jam, Dake, Falcon, back to me.
Okay. That's good.
Rangi. All right. Yeah. In that case, which is good because I was like, I was about to volunteer because I'm gonna have to step away for a minute anyway after this. So these chapters, I think, for one thing, it's the confirmation of what's gonna set up in the previous. It is, yeah. Barrow didn't actually die, but then it's also confirmation of, and it's our first like real interaction with the Sons of Ares, and we meet some interesting characters here, like Harmony. Oh, I sure can't wait to see what they do with Harmony, right,
Oh yeah,
guys?
There's a
so
line
cool.
we're gonna
Yeah.
highlight later that's really funny in retrospect.
In
That'll be
retrospect,
interesting.
like
Probably
Harmony just
complete-
like Harmony seems just like completely chill in comparison.
Well, I mean, she's still
Oh,
a
for
cunt,
sure.
but like nowhere near as much as one she'll become.
She comes across as as somebody who's a cunt, but like for reasonable reasons. And
Yeah, well, I mean, she's
well, let's not talk about the rest.
Well, I mean, Rangi,
It's like
you don't know
this is a tangent. Wait, this is a tangent. I'm still talking.
Really does
He's a bitch.
Anyway, stay on target. Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Yeah, staying on target.
Stay on target.
It's particularly interesting as a chapter because this is really the scene, like obviously how the society treats the Reds within Lycos and things like that. But this sequence of chapters is kind of the real like unveiling of the basics of what is like fully the truth that they don't know in Lycos. The truth of that Mars has actually been colonized, for example, and that basically everything that the Reds that we've met so far believes or knows about it is a lie, or at least severely outdated.
Rangi, also just the piggyback on that point where you said is the first Sons of Aerie we meet. Technically, it's not. I mean, Nerl was like he's an informant, so he's not.
Well, no, but the first open.
Yeah. I mean,
the first
openly
openly.
is when he tells him to say hi to Dancer for me. So it's like that's kind of like your first like welcome to the Sons of Aries, Darrow. I'm recruiting right now.
I should specify anyone that's watching. Read the books, by the way. Spoilers.
Iron to cut his. I think I figured.
Go on.
Figured out the line you're talking about with Harmony.
Yeah. We'll
sorry, I think I know what you're talking about with the line Iron. I just saw it, so I'm flipping through.
One that's like just super obvious, just on its face.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's funny though.
To conclude my general thoughts, though, it's this whole section is all supremely good setup.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not the most exciting part of the book, but especially since he gives it away. Oh, by the way, this is chapter 12 is the last chapter that gets ruined by the prologue. So once you get past chapter 12, you can actually enjoy surprises again.
about over 2/3 of the book is very unique premise.
If we're gonna be fair, this entire book is just a prologue. This whole book is a prologue.
In the first 12 chapters, Pierce didn't even think it was worth not spoiling because he gave away the three biggest surprises: the EO's death, Mars is colonized, and Darrow becomes all in the prologue.
I think if you look up the books on Amazon, it like the synopsis also spoils it.
Almost all, yeah.
I mean, look, it's like they get dwarfed in comparison by later reveals. But I'm just saying, like, I think it's kind of sucks that like the first 12 chapters are kind of like the first 12 chapters for me weren't that exciting because I knew all the big things that were already going to happen. And I didn't fully appreciate the characters yet, so it was just kind of like, this is interesting. But I actually enjoyed it rereading more than a first read.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar where it's like seeing some of the little details are neat.
Speaking of that, I think just to reiterate what we're trying to do with these is, I would, if you want no spoilers, I would highly suggest people watching, all two of you. I mean, we get some stragglers after, or at least the first one did. But what we're trying to do with this is just mainly keep to the chapters we're covering and just like allude to the foreshadowing that has payoffs way down the road. But we're gonna try and keep it vague when we go into that. One, because Rangi isn't there yet for the most part, and two, I want people to be able to kind of like watch this if they're not that far along in the book series. Although, like I said, if you're completely averse to spoilers, I would absolutely not watch these until you read the books. But at least the first trilogy, anyway, because we're not. Falcon's barely into the next trilogy, and Rangi's not even on book 3 yet.
I will say, I've noticed that the second trilogy kind of gets a bit sidelined when it comes to when I hear people talk about the books. I feel like that's doing it a huge disservice because I feel like the sequel books are like above and
Yeah, that
beyond
is
better than the
pretty
trilogy.
disappointing.
I know,
Agreed.
and that's like,
well.
yeah, and it's really disappointing too.
Like when I go into bookstores, I see like advertisements for the Red Rising trilogy. They don't really advertise the sequel books as much.
I'm hoping that changes when the last book comes out.
I think it will.
I hope.
I think
We'll see.
because I think it's
Most
easier
likely,
to market
but
a
yeah.
series when it's fulfilled. I mean, obviously that doesn't mean everything when you have popular adaptations that like A Song of Ice and Fire is one of the best selling series and they'll forever remain incomplete. But for the most part, bookstores feel more comfortable putting like fulfilled book series on like display because that
you have to consider
easier
they
to
can't
market
release a
them.
6th book because then they have to like extend like the bundle set instead of 5 books to 6.
Yeah, but then here's the thing: it just means more money because people like me will buy them. I already bought 2 fucking bundles, and
Iron is triplicate.
You really think I wouldn't buy another?
Of the
like,
entire
even like so even if George
series,
even if George dies and Winds of Winter like comes out.
Yeah.
So the thing is like, here's the funny thing:
Fucking
if
do
George
it again.
dies and Winds of Winter is just like incomplete and they release it anyway, people are still gonna fucking buy it.
Dude,
Like
Oh,
they're
absolutely.
gonna come out in like boatloads to get it.
What's another like famously not in this series?
Yeah.
Another one that like never finished and people still bought a lot of it.
There's one series I know, like Name of the Wind. It has like 2 books, and like people say it's like critically acclaimed, but like only 2 books were ever made, and the last one came out in 2011.
Like
It was
never
Patrick
wrote the
Rothfuss,
books
wasn't
for Jurassic Park.
Hold on, let me see. Name of the Wind. Name of the Wind. Yeah, Patrick Rothfuss. Yeah, the last book came out in 2011. 3rd book never came.
Yeah, I read the first 2. Well, I was wondering what happened to that.
Straight up making it.
Yep.
You think that's bad? I'm waiting for, I think it's the 5th book in a series by J.V. Jones, and we're waiting now like 16 years, I think.
It's never coming out. Let me
No,
you.
she actually is. She got really, really sick. There was a whole lot of real life stuff that made her delay it for a long time, but she is back and healthy and working on it, so hopefully.
We are
I have more expectation of that than I do Winds of Winter.
How's the audio? Because I forgot to put headphones on.
Oh my god.
Let me check.
Because if it's fine, then I'm not gonna put them on. I don't like wear them.
All right, everybody shut up for a second so I can hear the time lag. And everybody shuts up when no one's talking in the time lag. That's perfect timing.
Nice. Awesome.
So how do we sound, Dake?
Currently silent. It's hard
I
to
think
tell.
he's waiting for something to actually happen.
I am. I'm waiting for it to come back up on the stream.
Oh god, what if we have no audio? That'd be even worse.
Oh wait. It's possible.
And we definitely did because when I muted, we had audio. Like I usually mute the stream when I run it in this another window, but
audio sounds fine on my end. I just gave it a listen.
Specifically, because I'm not wearing headphones.
I mean, if you sounded like you do in Discord, it'd probably be similar. If it's because OBS
No, I
is
think it
recording
sounds
that.
okay.
I sound fine.
Cool. Yeah, I guess we don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, you
I think it
sound
sounds. Yeah, I think it sounds okay.
But I have something to play now since we're talking about random books that haven't been finished.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
All right.
Yes.
So,
Anyway, I feel I guess with my thoughts, I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say. I forgot how detailed that they are when it comes to like what it takes to actually like perform the surgery on Darrow. Like I forgot like the fucking hell that he went through to get to
the
this.
detail in that chapter is really good.
There's a reason a certain
It is
character-
great.
Actually, no, I won't say it. Anyway, it's surprising to people how much he went through. We'll leave it at that.
Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much.
Darrow goes through more hell than I think most protagonists do in like most series I've ever gone through. So
yeah, he takes quite a beating throughout these books.
Many times over.
Okay, should I go then next?
Yeah, go on.
You know what? Well, it's just better if we do it this way because it's like left to right and then iron ends. Okay, right to left.
Oh, you guys look at the Discord screen. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, 12. I think their strongest part is the world building. I like getting to see Yorkton, I believe is the city. The kind of like we're barely there, but it's a nice like peek into the setting and like what kind of goes on, how the other colors kind of are, because it's the first time we're seeing a lot of them, kind of their role in the society and how other characters treat them. Like then the High Red faction is introduced. Then we also get a lot of character introductions, which is really cool. Mickey is particularly standout, I would say, aside from just Darrow being generally good and a great protagonist. I do really like Dancer. Iron Gold notwithstanding. So
You'll like him again. Don't worry.
I hope so. But anyways, yeah. As for like the narrative, I would say it's like probably the most methodical like the series is for like a very long time. Like even counting the beginning and like the later stuff of Red Rising, as well as the other two books in the trilogy. It's very much just kind of just getting used to Darrow's new life essentially, and preparing him to become a gold. And
yeah, there's not a lot. I mean, there's some deeper meaning, but I would say this is
carving scene is particularly excellent.
Subtext of the whole series is probably in these chapters.
Yeah, it's very much just kind of. I know we described it as procedural last time. I think that's fair enough. It's like here's kind of what has to happen in order to. Yeah, exactly. Here's what has to happen to get everybody to where they need to be, and or at least Darrow in particular. The rest of Sons of Ares kind of dip for the rest of the book, which I think is kind of interesting.
We'll get to that.
It has some pluses and some minuses. Because I do really like that Darrow's kind of just alone for like good chunks of the story. Like not quite alone, but like he's like alone from like his true purpose, so to speak.
My reply is Jam's mischiefs
kinda
gorilla is my reply to that statement.
Yeah, he's kind of behind enemy lines, so to speak, but for a very long time. So it's kind of interesting that they're gone for so long. But it kind of also results in like some things later that I'm not quite as fond of. But I mean, overall, I do like 7 through 12. Yeah.
I was gonna say, Falcon, he has so many enemies, it's kind of hard for him not to be behind enemy lines for most of these books.
I know. I like. I'm just kind of establishing like stuff going forward. So,
also,
yeah.
if I mute my microphone, does that mute all of you guys?
It shouldn't.
I can't see why it would.
I don't think it should.
As long as if you mute your output, it would.
All right, because
would mute everybody, but as long as your inputs come.
Usually I mute my microphone when I walk away, but if it's gonna mute you guys, I'll just leave it on. So I'll try it now.
He's scared we're gonna hear him pee.
I've never seen a man so paranoid when it comes to the minutia of live streaming.
Well, because I always fuck it up, and at least I catch myself.
You haven't done
like some people on this.
You haven't done a live stream with Art.
Have you ever had a completely audioless stream though? Like that's
Jam,
like
Rangi's done that twice. Twice.
He also randomly mutes himself and forgets about it.
Yes, that too. Like, see, the reason I'm so paranoid, Jam, is because I stream with the worst audio streamer ever. Rangi will make this mistake time in and time out, and you have to just be paranoid, or he will make like Falcon. I was joking in that stream that like, oh, maybe I should bring up the last stream because we caught it like 10 minutes in. I'm like, oh no, Rangi's not gonna forget 2 times in a row in the same week, and then he did. Anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dake, what did you think of this little subsection of chapters?
I don't think I have an awful lot to add to what everyone else has said, to be honest. You guys have kind of covered everything I would have. I also obviously love Mickey because he is a great character.
Yeah,
but there is one thing no one's mentioned, which I do find kind of interesting. Does no one else see the Halo parallel?
I've only played the first Halo game, and I thought it was like
which Halo?
It's been decades since I played those games.
I
sound like me when you say things like that.
Did I give it my hot take about Halo yet? I don't think I have.
That's not true. We make fun of him.
That would take too long. But,
yeah.
No, I mean the carving. Like it's very reminiscent of the Spartan surgeries.
Oh yeah,
I guess
it's kind of your it's interesting, right? Because it's kind of what a lot of other sci-fi things
It's a
have
pretty common trope in sci-fi. Like you gotta
as like a soldier program or whatever. Yeah, like
Reasonably
how
common, I
different is the
suppose, yeah.
carving really from like becoming an Astartes?
I think it's the
Well, it'd be
the
closer
ties
to
to the
Falcon.
society are probably the biggest change from other sci-fis. Like they have to like, it's like
Yeah.
it's not just
I mean, it's
physical,
kind of an
like
it's like
psychological.
it's like an unprecedented
Genetic.
thing.
Yeah.
Pseudo
And we can get
biological.
into like when we get to the surgery part of the story, like we can get more into detail with that.
Also,
but-
somebody in chat was saying that the audio is kind of low.
Audio's low.
Oh my god.
At least for I think for Iron or somebody.
Why is Iron Man doing- should I put the headphones back on?
Oh, is that Jubilee?
You probably should.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Jubilee.
All right. Well, hello, Jubs. Long time no see.
Have you considered the possibility that Iron is in fact very small?
I'm not Koro.
No, if you were Kuro, he wouldn't even be on this fucking live stream. He'd be like, nah, I don't want to go.
We would have canceled.
Oh shit!
He
I
hasn't
forgot.
screamed out
How do
loud,
I get the audio through the headphones?
You plug them in and then
It's not
if they're
coming
still not
through.
coming through. If they're still not through, you click on user settings and then
No,
your voice,
remember, he's
voice
using
should
a
just be
Mac.
there.
All right. I remember it took a while to figure this out last time. I'm just gonna boost me more.
It's the Discord settings, not the. Okay, then. It's like a 5%. Everyone else is at 90 to 100.
All right. So now, Jubs, let me know if I sound better now. I boosted myself.
What do you call him, Jubs?
Don't call him
I always
Jobs.
call him Jubs.
Don't call him Jeff.
I hate it, so you're welcome.
It's all in the hips.
I got it.
All right.
He's jumping it.
Wait. So that he's Jubilee?
Well, I'm glad Jubilee caught this before we got into like the meat.
We got super deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope like I was talking about earlier, and he asked for a link to the stream. I gave it to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Well,
So-
it's interesting though. Talking just what Dake said. Just going real quick off what Dake said. How, what Dake said about at least what Dake said about the carving, how it's like resembles Spartan Fake. This is just for a red to essentially mimic what a gold is. This isn't
it
like
does take a lot,
for
yeah.
gold. Like this is just natural.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They had all.
But
the-
Yeah,
anyway,
we'll kind of say more
to-
for when we get into it.
yeah, we'll get more into it.
But yeah, I guess I'll just sum my thoughts up really quickly. I don't have a ton to say about these chapters. It introduces you to Mickey, who's one of the best side characters in the whole series. He's consistently
He's very
one of my favorite
interesting character.
He never gets a ton of time in the spotlight. This is probably the most you
Yeah.
get of him, but he's just
He's
glorious whenever he pops up.
He's kind of steals the show sometimes.
Yes. 'Cause
No,
he's the only
definitely.
violent-
He has.
And yeah, he's one of the
has
first-
some really good lines.
He's also one of true. He's also one of the first instances of like a very like nuanced character where like
He's
they're
not really
like
good or bad when you
or-
meet him. Yeah.
they're like that sort of thing.
Yeah, he's also right in the middle of the hierarchy pyramid, so it's kind of like he looks down.
Yeah, that
at
is
the
interesting.
bottom, but up at the top, and he's kind of like it's kind of he has a much better life than most of the society, but he's also like way lower than
He's
the people he would want to be like.
still a pawn. At the
He's
end of the
keenly
day.
aware of how trapped he is.
Yeah.
What he has is like what he's earned at, like over years of
Yeah.
like his business.
Yeah.
I
And
sure
we'll
hope he
probably get
doesn't
more
lose
into-
that.
Yeah, surely he'll keep his business. That
I will
people are
say,
working to.
when it comes to the sequel stuff, a lot of the older like beginning characters get sidelined a little bit. You don't really see Mickey that much, which is kind of disappointing.
He gets mentioned,
But yeah,
when you
we'll
see him.
we'll get to that.
He gets a lot of mentions, but like it's kind of like, oh, Mickey's doing this off page, and you're like, oh, well, I want to see him do it, though. But yeah,
Yeah, his
Well,
presence
but,
is still felt.
Yeah, but I'll just wrap up and like I think this is kind of like you're not in Kansas anymore for Darrow. You get to meet a lot of wacky side characters that are very different from like the low red lambda clan of Lycos. Like he's like
That
this
kind of
is
group,
not
yeah.
the people he's used to. Like even like some of the more strange characters that he interacts with in his world like are like kind of like small fry in comparison. Like he thought Nero was this kind of like drunk like kind of drag of society. You know, he respects him deep down. Like now he's meeting like these real like dregs.
And then he goes into like this
the
Carver
nightclub, and, like,
bar.
it's what real
Yeah.
drunks look like. And like you met a functioning
Yeah.
alcoholic. Here's some non-functioning ones. And but yeah, it's because basically everyone has to be a functioning alcoholic in Lycos, or you don't survive. Now you're in the real world where like kind of the dregs of society can just get by because there's safety nets.
Yeah, it's the difference between being a drunk and just being an Irishman.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah,
So now that
but yeah, I just think it's
we're basically all in agreement that
Yeah, it's neat.
But yeah, I was gonna say my last closing thought before we.
I was just gonna say
yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say we're all in agreement that these last few chapters are fucking awful and all that shit. It was a joke. It was a joke, but it didn't land. Didn't land.
Say it with your chest.
Didn't land well as much as I thought.
But
Yeah.
All the colors are pretty cool, except a certain group of people.
You know
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about.
about.
The funny thing is, there is like 3 colors that come to mind, and like there's a valid argument for it.
There's only one that comes to mind for me. One in particular.
Well, there's like one that's.
We'll
like,
get to that though.
Yeah. But
Yeah, but let's not bully the yellows too much.
So
Anyways.
so now that
representation, Rangi. What's a yellow character? Now
Yeah.
one.
we can.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but yes, that's
Okay.
my thoughts.
I have to play the clip. Okay, well you can wrap up.
Well, yeah, I was just saying, I think this does a really good job of taking Darrow from like kind of like removing the wool from his eyes in part 1, and now he's like kind of like been remade, but like right now it's only physically, right? Like he's still very much a fool. Like he doesn't understand how the world works, and like even though all his other stats got boosted to hell, he's still like lacking a ton.
And he's coming off of Ao's death as well.
Yeah. And yeah, so he's still not completely right in the head. He's very angry, which is why
he's very much the boy who died in Darrows as a person.
Yeah,
maybe
he died
not
twice.
physically.
He dies on the operating table too. And he's like, huh. I guess that's the
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So and then
Yeah.
I guess we can get into it proper now. Just to start off real quick with the deluxe book art. So part 1 for Enslave, it has the red hemanthosis on it. Here it has gears turning. Which what do you think the symbolism of?
Oh, is that in the?
Like
is that in the? Sorry, is that the deluxe edition? You said I didn't catch that part.
The deluxe edition has artwork in it. So
that's cool.
And part I mean, there's not a lot, but there's some. In part 1,
I mean, I think the gears. It's kind of like everybody in this chapter is like a cog in the society present, like in that way, and it also kind of ties into that like Darrow is like essentially like technologically created as a gold, that sort of thing.
I also think the gears of war are starting to shift. That was my reading to it. This is kind of like the first. Like
yeah, that's a fair assessment. Like here's how the rebellion gets kind of reaches a turning point.
Yeah, because like I think everything before was kind of like a practice run for Ares, and now he's like starting like the kid gloves are coming off now essentially. And then the quote for part 2, Reborn is, "There is a festival where we wear the faces of demons to ward evil spirits from our dead in the veil. The faces sparkle with fool's gold." And I think it's you, Falcon, who said you missed like the lore drops, and now it's just like quotes.
Whatever could it mean?
Yeah. But now it's just quotes from either in-universe characters or historical figures. Like I think Julius Caesar. Later.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lore drop.
I think everyone gets a fucking quote the further that these books go on.
Yeah, fucking Carnus gets some quotes.
But So
It
does.
starting.
That was really funny, especially like what happens after it. He gets quoted. So
That's just stay on target.
I bring the slop. Jamba 2025.
Yeah. But anyway, chapter 7.
It's 2026, Rangi.
Starts. Yeah.
I know that was the
Who's
point.
echoing?
Wait, hold on. I might.
Oh, Iron, you're echoing. No,
no,
You're
I
echoing.
don't think I fixed the audio issue. Hold on. I think I still sound quiet. I think I.
Oh my god.
You can
It might
do
be
it.
your
Why are we
mic
hearing
that's why
your
you're
audio?
quiet. But honestly, you sound normal, so your output should be the same. So I don't know how it's messed up like that.
Sometimes Discord likes to fuck with it.
All right, yeah, I'm not coming through. We're gonna fix this.
So just go into Discord settings and you can adjust your microphone better. So
Use your OBS.
you see like the little gear in the yeah, that too. You I think you should just pump yourself up on OBS as much as you can. Well, not too much because
You sacrificed enough goats to make it work today.
All right, how about now? Do I sound better now?
Well, you're gonna sound the same to us, so
Well, you can listen on the stream, right?
All right, let me tab out of Civ.
Are you Civ maxing while we're fucking streaming?
Oh my
That's
god.
awesome.
Rangi is a fucking fiend. Sound input? How do I find?
You do sound quiet on the stream.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, maybe. All right, maybe I.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, well.
Yeah, Rangi is a little louder. Like he sounds like he should. Rangi does, but you're like slightly quieter. It's not bad, but it's definitely like it would be ideal if you were a little louder.
Do I sound quiet?
Yeah, Iron specifically is that there's a notice.
All right.
Something to notice.
How did we do the headphones last time?
you plug in the headphones.
I don't know. It wasn't an issue last time. I guess just put them on. I don't know. I wish I could.
Earbuds. All right. How about now? Am I coming through? Hello? Is anyone talking?
Yeah, you're coming through.
Yeah, you're coming
Kind of
through.
loud for a second.
All right. Am I?
It's probably because the input.
Yeah, you're fine.
switching. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So hopefully that fixed things.
We're professionals here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe the
Sorry,
headphones
I'm doing a test because it
were
sounded
mandatory.
like you were speaking.
Yeah.
It sounded like everybody was speaking in double.
Is it?
Okay, I think the audio. It sounded like it was coming in double, but then when you like put your headphones in, it was all good.
So is it coming in through double now?
I think we're fine. No, it was, but now it's fine.
Sounds okay right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess headphones are important. But yes. So yeah.
We're good, and the audio is just better. Everybody.
All right, that's good.
Us, so overall, step up.
But yeah. So we're on the imagery of the gears.
Moving on to chapter 7.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to comment on the imagery of the gears before we go onto it? Because I don't think Rangi or Dake said
it. I
it.
think we can get more into it as
yeah.
Well, Rangi is Rangi here.
I was thinking like
here's my suggestion.
Yeah, so I was thinking
I think we tabled the gear talk until later in the end.
Okay, I paused the stream so that I can actually hear everybody.
Well, Rangi, I just want to ask you, since you're not as far in the series, what do you think the gears represent?
The gears.
He chose it to represent the part 2. Like that's the imagery used, whereas part 1 was the hemanthesis, part 2 was the gears.
It's something in the deluxe edition that they Pierce added, like essentially.
Yeah.
Oh well, I just kind of representative of kind of what the Reds are in their position. They're the gears of society. They're the thing that turns so everything else works.
See that's a I think slightly different answer than we got before. But yeah, we can move on because there's imagery conversations can go on forever because there's just so much to have, like pictures, 1,000 words and all that.
All right.
So anyway, chapter 7,
Lazarus,
called Lazarus. So last we left off, Darrow was dead. He got hung. his uncle in particular was the one that like helped pull him. And,
He gave him a little wink
supposedly he either, like,
to let him know it's gonna be okay.
yeah, and so Darrow is
My
dreaming
God.
about the veil. He's dreaming about the veil, but he doesn't see Io there, and he's woken up from his dream as he wakes up in a pile of dirt, and he starts crawling his way out. He realizes he's not dead. The hanging did not, in fact, kill him. And the only rationalization that he has is like maybe Neryl didn't pull his feet hard enough, and then he realizes that there's something like in his like veins that's making him act lethargic and tired, and he kind of deduces that the drug gave him slowed down his heartbeat, blood pressure, whatever you'd like to call it, to basically like stimulate the image of death, and also to like give him enough fatigue to make Darrow feel like that he was dying as well. And so he wakes up in basically a tunnel, and he's basically, what the fuck is going on? And then he sees a strolling cart go by with two people in it, and they're both wearing, he calls them cacodemon masks. Yeah, October Knock masks. Basically like demon masks.
That's the festival mask they were talking about in
And-
the description of part 2.
Yeah.
I do like how Oktobernacht is basically just Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Like that's like the implication.
Also, Jam, a fun little detail. He just assumed that the Greys were too shit at their job to check his pulse properly, which is probably fair. They don't get paid enough to give a shit.
They do make a
Not a
distinction.
stretch.
They do make a distinction between the Greys that like work in the mines versus the Greys that work up top.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, like tin pots versus.
well, basically any
Greys.
copper or gray in the mines is kind of like a shit job. It's like no one wants to be in the mines. Like even though that's like it makes a lot of money if the gold's like the people who actually work there. It's like you're like the dregs of your color.
Yeah.
Red, gray, or copper.
I always got
And-
the impression Tinbot was something that the Reds called the security greys, like the helmets.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the
Yeah,
color.
Yeah, it's just specifically for the Greys that are in the mine.
Yeah, I think
that are
it's
like
only
Dude,
low
well,
reds
to be
who
fair,
call them
though,
that. 'Cause
have they ever encountered any? They won't have ever
Greys have
encountered any
others,
upper reds.
like
Only upper Greys.
pejoratives. I don't remember.
Tin-
Greys
tin-
having a
tin men-
pejorative.
Tin men is I think what the people besides low reds call them. I think low reds call them tin pots because it like they call the thing the pot that they live in. Also, how do I turn?
Nicknames: Tin Pots, Tin Men.
Yeah,
so
see-
those are the two they have.
So low reds call them tin pots. Everyone who's not a low red calls them tin men.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so as Darrow wakes up, he sees the cart go by, and he sees the two people in the masks, and deduce that they are sons of Ares based on the masks, because like that's basically like their calling card or their calling symbol, like the masks and like the sun. It's not really like a sun; it's more of like a blazing red sun, at least.
And like the helmet with like the spiked helmet as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Oh wait, I should probably pull up some visuals.
And the first person, yeah, and the first
True.
person that speaks to her is a lady,
Crazy talk.
and she's
Damn, you called Darrow a she. Come on, Jam.
Damn.
You're gonna
Yes,
misgender
yes, I
Darrow like
did.
that. That's low reds aren't gonna stand
yeah,
for
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit. They're traditional. Where is it?
I usually sit for most of it. But anyway,
Hey yo.
the lady basically goes on and says like, "Oh, we know who you are and like why you're here," and the other guy that's next basically like
Ralph!
types up and says like,
Ralph,
Yes.
the best character.
I love
of the
Ralph.
series.
I wish we got more of Ralph.
He's so relevant.
He's such a
So,
fun little character. We never get to see him
as
again.
I was rereading this, I completely forgot that Ralph existed.
I actually like Teo was there, but like it didn't make any sense that he'd be there at all.
No, I knew there was like a
but yeah,
a little
there's
shithead red
There's just
in
a
there.
there's just a character whose whole role is to just be like a shitter character. For how many
He's
people
he's
are.
like a jobber.
Cowardly shitter.
Yeah.
That just happens to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a joke character. That's all he is. He's there to be made fun of for a chapter, and then you never see him
Yeah, he's
again.
referred to as a weakling.
He gives away the ruse. He calls her Harmony. She's like, "Okay, thanks, Ralph."
Yeah. But yes, her name is Harmony. Bit of a funny name considering.
I'm sure if you
We'll
read
get to
the
that.
series,
We'll get
she'll
to
be your
that.
favorite character.
Yes, everyone
She's
loves
such
Harmony.
a great character, guys. I have no issues with Harmony.
Harmony's bitch.
Who played that?
Please don't call bitch.
I did.
Yeah. So like Daryl is like basically taking all this in. Harmony basically like just walks up to him and is like, Jesus Christ, you're a mess, and like she just like brushes him off a little bit. And he's like, well, why am I not dead? And Harmony says, because Ares has a mission for you, little helldiver. And Darrow's basically taken it back like this. Like basically like all Darrow knows about Ares is what he's seen on like the teleprompters and like the HC units, basically like all the terrorist attacks. And he doesn't really have a good view.
Don't believe what you see on TV, kids.
Sons of Ares as a whole.
And he cares more about what
he-
happened than what.
I think he
just-
actually has a specific line. Some is like petulant children.
Yeah. at the
Yes,
beginning,
does.
he describes them as like, oh, they commit these terrorist acts because they feel bad for us.
Yeah. Oh, I think he goes like a pointless tantrum.
There, Iron, you're echoing again.
Iron, please.
Oh, I am?
Hearing myself. Who am I
It's
hearing?
Iron.
through?
How? See,
I don't want to hear you
I
echoing.
like
or
that Iron still
crinkling
thinks we
noise.
don't realize he's
Your
eating
ends.
this whole time.
yeah. See, I mute.
No, I honestly.
We can
I
hear
picked
you
up
eating
on
chips.
that.
I see. This is.
Put the Doritos away, monkey.
I can't figure out how to get
At the
that.
beginning, it's like there's a slight difference in tone when somebody's eating versus not. So.
All right. So even when I mute my microphone, you guys can still hear me. That's interesting.
I think it turns on like like your other mic,
No
like
more
your
masturbating
laptop
on stream.
microphone.
Well, no. Wait, I know why this is happening. Wait, no. I know why it's happening. It's because you use Discord through your fucker.
Oh,
Through my what?
do you not have the Discord app?
No.
Iron, why?
No,
What's
you
wrong with you?
Oh, my
Why are you like
God.
this?
All right. So what I'm hearing
Why,
is.
why are you?
Yeah.
Why can't you just be normal?
So I should download the Discord app before next stream.
Not right now, but next stream, please.
Yeah, not right now.
Every
Yeah,
single step
please.
you have taken on this streaming platform, on this streaming journey so far, you have done it wrong, as though you were doing it deliberately. I'm not going to do it on my phone anymore. I'm getting a computer. Guys, I bought a computer. Oh, great. What'd you get? I bought a damn it, Iron.
Yeah, but
Like, I need you to help me. I need you to help me figure out how to work it. I don't know how to work a Mac. I've never used a Mac.
I know.
But
You picked like
anyway,
the
so
worst
as,
like thing for streaming. But anyways,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah. So basically, Darrow asks Harmony to. Darrow asks Harmony to take off her mask for him, and as she takes it off,
He asked Harmony to
the way that
strip.
she's described is the one half of her face is described as beautiful, and Darrow even says like almost as beautiful as EO.
No, he says
The
more.
second
He
half
says more
is
beautiful.
scarred all the way down.
He says she's more beautiful than EO.
He
Oh,
does,
yeah,
yeah.
Sorry about that.
I
Yes,
think it's implied to be she might have been more beautiful than AO, or not for.
That's why like
yeah.
her non. That's why her non-burn. He said like the non-burn face is like the startling aspect, just
Mhm.
because.
How beautiful she is.
Yeah, it's just like wow. Even with this disfigurement,
But,
she's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yes, the second half. So like, if you know anything about like, it kind of reminds you of like the Hound from Game of Thrones, where like the one half of his face is just completely burned.
Yeah, it's like Two-Face and the Hound,
yeah,
or like
pretty
probably
similar.
So, like,
those
kinda
two are
like
probably
put-
the most famous examples of that concept.
To like put that picture in your head.
Well,
And
I'll pull
the
her up on
weakling
stream.
Ralph is like you're not.
That's right, chat. He did just tell you to
Yeah.
picture hot face.
Hmm?
We melted.
But
Nice.
and this is the only mention you're probably going to savor it while you can. He's described
Enjoy
as
Ralph.
ugly. Yeah, he's described as unremarkably ugly, which is like even worse.
That
That's
is probably the
hilarious.
worst way thing to be described just ever.
Yeah, because like not only you're ugly, you're
not just
forgettably ugly.
you're, like, like it's not interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're just like those motherfucker. Like that's just
Yeah,
that's
the only thing notable about you is that you're ugly.
Yeah.
Not just ugly, unremarkably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, what's some like really iconic actors? Like they're not like bombshell like attractive.
Danny
but they're,
DeVito.
Like, you know, like they stand out really cool.
Danny DeVito.
I was gonna use Danny DeVito. Well, I felt some people would troll me and say he's like really hot. Actually,
That's a meme.
But,
But
I know. But yeah, Danny DeVito.
So that's basically like the only description you really get of Ralph. And oh no.
Also, I'm almost out of crackers. Don't worry.
Poor old Ralph.
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm down to my last cracker. I'm
so
gonna savor it.
Can't believe you're eating
So
wasps.
Daryl mentioned. Yeah.
I was
Daryl
gonna say
basically
you say that as though some of us aren't playing Sim.
Yeah.
Let Jam talk about Ralph.
So
God
Daryl
damn it!
It's like even Iron, please.
Stay on target. Too close. Stay on target.
Okay, Jam, continue, please.
No, I was. Okay, so Daryl mentions that he doesn't know these reds, and even with the red sigils emblazoned on their hands, he doesn't trust them. They're not Lycos, so they might as well be silvers. Like that, it basically kind of like exemplifies how like
his worldview.
Tight knit,
like basically
it's like a tight knit community. And
yeah,
he's basically really just been sheltered in like this small. Yeah, he's like been sheltered in like this small bubble of what he thinks.
Like his entire. Oh damn, that harmony. Portrait school.
I mean, it's basically saying, imagine you live in like the Poconos, Pennsylvania, in like a little town your whole life, and then you move to Philadelphia, and you're like, oh yeah, well we're also Pennsylvanians, but like we don't feel like we're both Pennsylvanians. You have nothing to do with me. You're nothing like me.
Yeah. Iron, I like how the Caco Demon mask she has is just the Caco Demon from Doom. The artist just like straight up made it the Doom.
Oh yeah, everyone. Phantom Rin, he makes really cool. Yeah. He or she, I'm not really sure. I think it's a he. Makes really cool art. And I'll link them in the description, like I did the other two streams. But basically, I use more of his art than like official art, because he has more art than there is official art.
Yeah.
And then there's also the game cards, which are pretty clutch as well.
He's done like practically every character.
All the major ones,
which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, she might have one. I'll look again. But
she I don't think did any.
Also, Falcon, you've been roboting a lot.
So as there.
I have.
Like you've been cutting out.
I could change the.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you and Jam have been like cutting. Your audio has been a little choppy. I haven't noticed it really of Rangi or Dake.
Yeah, it's not really something I can fix. So it just the internet will do that.
No, it's all good. I just wanted to point it out if you weren't aware, but it seems like you are.
Yeah, and so as Darrow is basically taken, he's led to basically a storage warehouse. Like it seems to be very like dusty and like. Seems to be abandoned for quite a while. And as they drop out of the cart, Harmony quickly mentions, home sweet home. Now it's time to meet Dancer. And that's the end of that chapter.
And we'll forever remember Ralph and his service. Yes.
Yes, that is the last you'll ever see of Ralph.
Iconic Ralph.
Although Ralph might be the Red God. Have you thought of that, Falcon?
True, that might be the final book will be about Ralph.
Ralph like comes up from like the mines with like an army.
The whole time.
If I had to pull a Game of Thrones season 8, that would.
Who has a better story than Ralph the Red? Come on.
Oh no! Don't do this.
I want to know what Quicksilver's secretary does all day.
Do this to me.
No, Ralph becomes like the master of treasury. It gets ownership of Mercury.
Yes.
Oh my god. It's Quicksilver's protege. We're so back.
Guys, Ralph is actually Aries, just so you guys know. It's like a Yoda thing where like you meet him and he seems like a little idiot.
Rangi doesn't know. You're spoiling that it's been Ralph.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Oh shit. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because I don't even know who Quicksilver is. Well, I've seen him mentions of him, but
he's
I don't
definitely
know
not
who
Ralph.
he is yet.
He's totally not Ralph.
Quicksilver's just Ralph in a silver wig.
He's like, I'm Ralph Silver now. That's just me.
Dude, I just want to like imagine like there's like a bunch of background
Good old
characters. They're
Ralph.
just Ralph, just like watching the whole time, like Humpty Dumpty
Ralph
in
with different
Puss in
hats.
Boots. Like you know how like they redo all the scenes where he's been there the whole time. It's been Ralph all along.
Yeah.
There was an X-Men comic that literally did that. A guy whose superpower was he always got forgotten.
Oh,
I can't
I
remember
think
what his
Noob
name was.
Noob told me about that character.
Ralph. No. Don't make me think about
But there was an entire
Ralph.
comic about him. They did like him in the background of like key legendary scenes, and just no one remembers because as soon as they look away from him, they forget he exists.
It's hilarious.
There was a really man and smiling friend. I've been here the whole time, like spying on you.
Oh yeah, I remember that gag. Yeah.
So yeah. So on to chapter 8 now, which is just called Dancer.
I think this is the longest
So-
chapter in the. No, wait, no, the carving is. I think in this section.
Yeah.
It's probably the card bank.
So Dancer is actually introduced immediately when the chapter begins. He is described as near about like Darrow's height. He's thick, terribly old, maybe about in his 40s, and he has white swirls from his temples. And he does scars around like his neck region. And Darrow describes him as pit viper bite. And the arm on the left side of his body hangs limp along with his leg, mostly from nerve damage from the bites. And that's basically, I kind of forgot about that detail that he walks with a limp on his left side.
Well, it's
I completely forgot
really?
about that.
They
And
kind of never
for
let you
Red being
forget
in his
it.
40s, like
They
Yeah,
always
it's-
talk about it.
Reds in their 40s, at least in this universe, is incredibly rare.
Hmm.
Now that
Well,
like, I
they
look back on it.
There's only, like,
one of the lines I
couple
remember
Yeah,
earlier. It's like we have these for the old and the infirm. We don't have many of them.
Yeah, like old Ripper
Like-
is probably just in his 50s and he's considered ancient.
The eldest.
Yeah, 'cause I think Barlow's in his 40s as well. I think because I think Barlow's like Barlow's the second
Yeah,
oldest
there's,
after
like-
old Ripper.
There's like 5 named characters that are that age.
Yeah.
And there's like way more Reds than that.
But
And as Darrow is brought in, Dancer basically says, "So you're probably wondering who we are."
Well,
And
before-
Harmony immediately chips in because she's just such a nice person. He's like, "Oh yeah," he immediately pegged it before we even brought him here.
before we get back onto plot progression, I just want to note like a cool parallel between Harmony and Dancer is they're both beautiful people who became disfigured, right? But like Harmony kind of embraces like the disfigured half of her nature, and Dancer, despite what was done to him in life, kind of clings on to like that human wholesome part. So it's like they're both been dealt a similar hand, but they look at the world differently despite both being disfigured and being starting like beautiful. And like so one let the scars change them, the other didn't, which I think is a cool parallel between those two characters.
Yeah.
That is, yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I like that.
Anyway, carry on.
And
Also, Iron, you should put up Dancer since
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
he's relevant now.
Yes.
and so as Darrow's brought in, Dancer basically just grills him about like, so like what is it that you think that we brought you here for? And Darrow is I'm not gonna lie, the first book Darrow's a bit edgy the hedgy. Like he mellows out with age.
He's a petulant child. He's gotta
Yeah.
you gotta get to
The interesting thing is, by Red standards, he's kind of already a man. But you have to remember, by Gold standards, he is a petulant child.
Yeah.
True.
Because
he's probably wild to many golds. More of like an exotic pet.
oh no,
Well, in
I mean
maturity
just by age and demeanor.
Yeah. Definitely age wise, yeah, he would very much be not considered mature remotely.
And
Well, because he's at the beginning of the book.
Yeah, and in a way,
16.
Reds, just because of the mines, Reds just
16.
have to grow up early. They get married super early. Like they just kind of do everything so they
It,
like
it-
Was it
it's
the first few chapters said
actually
right age for
no, that's for boys. Girls is 16.
No, girls
Yeah.
is 14, guys is 16 to marry.
No,
Yeah,
because Darrow
because
said he was
it's-
married late. He was supposed to be married at
No,
14.
No,
no,
I just
so
reread the
it's-
chapter, Falcon. It's 14 for girls. She
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
she
it's-
waited
it's
2 years for
specifically that
Darrow.
Io
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She waited on
okay.
half rations for 2 years for him.
It's
I
13
see.
13 to join the mine, 16 to get married for men.
Okay, that makes more sense. All right.
Yeah. So, as Darrow's brought in and he's asked like what it is he thinks that he's doing there, he just responds like it doesn't matter, and that all that matters is like what Ares wants from. And Dancer basically kind of brushes that aside, like, yep, yes, that matters, but that can wait. He kind of just describes the state of him like, I'm surprised that you're still standing after everything that you've been through. And Darrow again, he comes back with the scars don't matter. It's like again, he's very
I'm
edgy.
Edgy. My wife died. Boo.
And Darrow immediately asks, like, when he realizes that he's still alive, like, is Io still dead? And Dancer replies, yes, that we couldn't save her.
It's not
And
fair.
of course, like, yeah, he kind of like pulls the like, why couldn't? And Dancer's like,
Wait, well, no, that's a good question to ask. It's like, well, why
Perfectly
save
valid.
me and her? Yeah, why? Especially when it's like, why save me and not her when she already kind of believed in your cause?
Well, she kind of did it impromptuli, whereas
It's
Darrow
also
kind of
like she-
announced he was going to kill himself
Like
beforehand.
heroic. and to Darrow, like he says, like she's the one you would have wanted. Like he's like she actually like cared the most and like was willing to sacrifice.
Well, Harmony was kind of
her.
right though. She was worth more to
Harmony,
the
like,
cause
chimes
dead than alive. And
Well,
she's
yeah,
like,
that's kind
that's
of
like the brutal
Oh,
truth.
No, the Harmony thing is what I was interested in the story, Jam. So go on.
It's one of that
Yeah,
aspect
yeah.
is interesting part of the chapter.
so Harmony basically like snaps back at him, like, here's the exact quote. Martyrs are a dime a dozen. Yeah, she says that, and that really gets under Darrow's skin specifically. Like he fucking like races towards her, and obviously takes out the stun baton immediately and like waves that at him to like steer him back. And
They pull guns on him too.
yeah, so if you want, so like Rangi, what were you gonna say about Harmony?
I was gonna say, yeah. So I think there's an interesting ideal that is kind of throughout the story, but there's the idea of the role, the kind of the functional role of the martyr versus the actual like pragmatic kind of pragmatics needed to actually do a revolution like this.
Well, it's the martyr. The
And-
martyr kicks off the cause. The
There's sort of a
soldiers
critique
enact
of,
it.
Like there's definitely a dissection of like pragmatism versus idealism in this chapter.
Oh, for
It's,
sure.
Like, Darrow very much cares about.
But I think what Rangi was talking
well-
about is like what their actual purpose is in a revolution. The martyrs start the revolution that gives the soldiers something to fight for. Then the soldiers enact the dreams of the
Didn't
martyrs.
really have anything until AO came around as far as like legitimacy.
Yeah.
At least what we're led to believe in this book.
Well, there's no public legitimacy yet. It's the
Yeah, exactly. There's no public. There's like they don't have the cards, so to speak.
Mhm.
And so Harmony goes
Oh.
on to state that she like oh, your wife was just a dreamer, as worthless as a flame over water. And for as like vitriolic as she is, like she kind of does like peg Io down correctly. She was basically a dreamer, not really as pragmatic as Darrow.
Yeah, I mean, like, what would Io have actually
even
done
so, like, the
as
truth-
like a soldier or a politician? Probably not much.
Yeah.
Her sword was a
But, like,
song.
But at this point, but at that point, like the truth doesn't matter from like him saying, like her saying this about his wife, just like sets.
Yeah,
him
she
off.
died like what,
And
3 days
Dancer-
ago, something like that.
Yeah, and Dancer immediately sees this and tells Harmony to shut up. And you should always tell Harmony it's the right thing to do.
Mhm. Harmony, if Harmony didn't have a tongue, the world would be better for it.
And Dancer, yeah, and so Dancer basically.
Only back
I don't
up.
know. Would it though? Would she just be more of an angry bitch?
Yeah, but then at least she
True.
couldn't
And you
fucking
just
spout
feel
her
like-
vitriol. She'd just
Well,
stare at you angrily.
By the way, man, she'd
it
angry
is
spam
interesting.
everyone.
She just type like angry
Well, it's
messages into a keyboard.
interesting when you-
She's like evil Stephen Hawking.
Yes,
Well,
that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Stephen Hawking might actually be evil. I don't know. So,
yeah, well,
that's
put an asterisk in that.
Hawking is in the Epstein file.
Falcon, play the clip. Play the clip. Play the clip.
Completely overt.
Falcon, play the clip.
I was being subtle. Like, yeah, you need to play the clip.
Stay on target.
Okay.
Stay on target.
Yes, but to keep going, Dancer pretty much just like coaxes him back into like, and the last thing he says to him is, "I can't do many things, but I can bring you justice." And Dancer goes to Harmony and like starts whispering him, and basically telling her that like we're like oh yeah, you two need to get along. Like Harmony, you and Darrow actually need to start being friends. And you actually do see that. Yeah, you do see that a little bit later. Like she does try, I suppose.
Well, she likes reds. That's like her like one redeeming quality for now.
Yeah, we kind of get Dancer's traits as like he's just very well spoken and he can kind of ease people.
Almost like he'd make a good politician.
Yeah, but he is very
silver tongued.
Like, while he has sweet words, he's silver tongued. He still kind of has the pragmatism element of like we kind of needed.
Well, for a red, he's silver tongued.
We should
add that.
Yeah.
Dancer is the one who has like of the situation. Well, I think that Harmony is still very much the ideologue of them. Harmony, actually, I would.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I think Harmony.
I don't think Harmony. I don't think Harmony's an ideologue at all. I think she's just angry at the world, and this is like her way of.
Yeah. I think that's okay.
With an excuse.
Yeah, I think she's like one of the least ideology-minded characters in the whole series. Like, even here, I don't think she comes off as an ideologue.
About Io here because like it doesn't matter.
Actually, at this point, but I think her motivation has always
it's revenge. She says as much
already, and just from this point, it's revenge. Yes.
Yeah, Darrow points it out.
She's entirely open about it.
Yeah, so she's not an ideologue.
I mean, there's even a line
unless you consider revenge an ideology.
So she even says like, "Oh, my purpose is the same as yours, Darrow." Like she's basically like Darrow's kind of intent on revenge primarily.
Well, she puts everyone in the buckets. Like Dale and Io.
That's kind of the implication there.
Yeah, like the buckets are you got your dreamers like Dale and Io, you got your schemers like Dancer and Ares, and then you got your soldiers like Harmony and Darrow. That's kind of like the buckets of the revolution.
Yeah. And Harmony basically goes on to say, like, dreamers like your wife are limited. The only power that they have is death, and the harder they die, the louder their voices.
And Io died pretty damn hard.
But your wife served her. And
not as hard as
says, like,
Bruce Willis, but pretty hard.
Yeah. And basically, like Falcon said, Harmony restates, like, her and Darrow are there for the same reason, to make the dream that Io had come true.
All right, I found some more cool
really pulled that line.
Some cool Phantom Rim art of Io hanging.
Oh, sick! I didn't even know he did a piece on that. Hell yeah!
Yeah,
I know nothing about Phantom Rim, but I now know that whoever they are, they're Avenger Brothers.
That's funny. That is really cool.
Yeah,
cool
and it has the song around it and her holding the hemathesis in the middle.
Colors.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite artwork pieces he's done. I mean, they're all pretty good, but this is, I think, one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, the visual with how it's presented is pretty standout.
Yeah. I do like the tarot card format, though. Anyway, yeah, go on, Jim.
So as Darrow's getting cleaned up, like they get him washed up and like clean clothes and all that, and he's basically brought back to speak with Darrow. And Dancer basically says, "Well, we saved your life, so you're like that seems pretty fair to me." And Darrow basically retorts, "Oh, but my uncle saved my life." And there's like a little thing that Dancer says that I think is kind of amusing, like, "Oh, the drunk, the best thing he ever did was tell us about you. And he should have done that when you were a boy, but he kept you a secret."
Oh, Dancer.
He basically...
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Does he?
Yes.
And he basically says that Neryl has been working with them like for a good long while now, like since before like Darrow's father's death as an informant of like the mines in Lambda.
Yeah, so Nero is technically the first
And-
Sons of Ares you meet. You just didn't know it until. I mean, they kind of give you hints, like because he knows basically everything that, like, he knows how the world really is.
Although,
Like,
yeah,
What
we kinda established-
interesting too is he is kind of the opposite of what you would expect for a revolutionary, you know?
well, he's more of an associate than
he's
like
very
a
disarming.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
wouldn't
but
expect
I
him to be
think it's a subversion in that regard, though, you know?
Well, it's kind of. I mean, it's kind of what you would. Well, I mean, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, like they're primarily spies, so that's kind of what they do. They subvert expectations by pretending to be people they're not.
It is primarily what they do.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like Nero is set up as like, oh, he's the careful kind of like, oh, he doesn't do anything out of line. He tries not to do anything out of line.
But I mean, think about it from his perspective. Darrow nearly gets
And
himself
so-
killed in the first chapter for nothing, literally nothing. Like he knows that it's not going to make a difference, and like how infuriating would that be? And you can't even explain to him why. You just have to be angry with him, and he won't be able to understand. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think that's kind of the point of it. It's like, but I think that is also the point where they are highlighting the kind of struggles of the youth versus the.
I mean, a couple other characters that are older, probably no. I mean, the only other one we get confirmation on is his mom, but like the rest of them, because Nero probably told his mom at some point, like the truth, because they were really close. But the rest of them probably just kind of have an idea.
Sister.
Well, their brother and sister-in-law. Dale was his biological brother.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, like sister-in-law.
Yeah.
So, and as like Daryl and Dancer are talking to each other, Daryl basically did the him too, and Dancer says, "Oh, I should hope not." He gave him a jammer to shut off any ancient cameras that they had.
Also,
So it's basically like a nice like, oh, how convenient.
This is another thing I want to
yeah.
point out with Pierce that he does a really good job of is introducing. Hey, Rangi, hey, hold on. One thing I think is Pierce is really good at is introducing like technology is going to be super relevant in like kind of like a mundane way. Like the jammers are going to be very relevant later, and like this is kind of like just kind of an offhand, like, oh yeah, we used a jammer and this is what it does, but like they don't really draw a lot of attention to it. And he'll continue to do this with technology throughout the series. So just keep that in mind. Whenever new technology gets introduced, he's going to use it for a really cool payoff.
And
he's just doing
he's
it.
also good at repurposing old things
Yes.
that you might not expect, like in fun ways.
Hell diver go burr.
They're basically
Indeed.
and basically like the way that Dancer is talking about his uncle, Darrow basically like snaps back and is like, oh, like you're acting like that my uncle owed you. And Dancer basically says like, oh, he owes his people. When Darrow hears that, he's a bit insulted by that.
What do you
And he
mean,
said
you
there's
people?
Yeah. Well, he says, well, no, because like he says, well, there's family, there's clan, and there may even be township and a mine. And you act as
Yeah, that's where his world.
Yeah. As though you have a right to my life, but you're just a fool, all of you. As he like just points to the Sons of Ares.
But no,
He
Darrow,
describes them as fools who could do nothing.
you
but
are the
things up,
fool.
like children kicking pit, like children kicking, yeah, basically like children kicking pit viper nests and like in a fit of rage. And he says he's just really
he's
fucking
pretty
angry
mad too.
right now.
Yeah. What's particularly funny is there's an extent where he's right, but it's not about this current version of the Sons of Ares we meet. But that's a bit of a spoiler.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there.
But
we get there.
So after Dancer hears this, he starts to smile a little bit, and then he pulls out a
A
basket
gun.
with 2 cards in them. No. He pulls out a basket with 2 cards.
I really like this. This might be my favorite section part of the whole section.
Here's the first mind game of the series where there's like an interesting.
Well, this is what I meant
kind of puzzle going on
with that, like that one line saying Darrow, like he isn't careful, he's just like dexterous, like he's a quick thinker. He's like, his hands aren't just quick, his mind is too. And like this is not a high risk situation, but it goes to show that like he can just quickly figure out puzzles that like
Darrow is good at like he doesn't get caught up on mind games, so to speak.
I didn't even say what's the fucking mind game. I didn't even say what the game was.
We should get onto it now.
Say like talk like we can talk about the text and the subtext behind it, but and so basically he takes out the basket and one of the cards has a Reaper Sigh on it. And Darrow says, or Dancer, he says choose one of them, and if he chooses the Sigh, then like he's basically brought into the fold, and if he chooses the Lamb, that's basically like a confirmation like you're not it. And so Darrow
that's actually
chooses
the
one
opposite.
of the cards.
The Scythe is the Ludu.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm reading the text. It's
Jam, if he
the Scythe and you lose.
Yeah, if you pick the Scythe, you lose. You pick the Lamb, you win. Because he'll say later, I ate the lamb because it looked tasty.
Really?
Even though they're both Scythes. Yes, Jim.
Yeah.
No hidden symbolism there.
Oh yeah. Also, so we'll go over it real quick because Jam got a little confused. So basically, the thing is, there's supposedly a Scythe and a Lamb, and you have to pick the Lamb card to win. You pick the Scythe to lose. But Darrow figures out pretty quickly, well, if they're testing, this is the test to get me into the Suns. It wouldn't be a luck test. It'd be a skill or knowledge test. So obviously they're going to both be Scythes, because otherwise how else would they determine whether I'm worthy or not? So then he picks it, claims it's the Lamb. He's lying, obviously, and then he eats it, and then Dancer's like, "Oh, why'd you eat it?" He's like, "Oh, the lamb looks tasty." But I think the cool part of this is that the subtext of him eating the Scythe is like kind of his first step to becoming the Reaper. Like you are what you eat, and like he eats the seeds of being the Reaper.
I didn't really first read threads, and it was just like a Scythe is kind of like metaphorically representing his lot, like losing here, and like.
Well, there's a lot you can read into it.
Mundane life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think that's all
like
true.
Mundane life.
Do you remember the first? Do you remember the first comparisons
but the deeper
I made
aspect
after I read
of
the first
that
book?
is, yeah.
I actually don't remember.
One of them was to David Gemmell, because this exact same test was exercised in 2 of his books and solved in 2 very separate ways. But I guarantee you, Pierce has read those books.
I mean,
Pierce has definitely read a lot.
Yeah, he's a big reader. He respects readers. Like a
no,
lot of his favorite characters are readers.
I would put good money on it. He and I have read many of the same books.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, this specific test too. It is kind of. My impression was the actual test is how well and how you can cover up a situation.
Well, it's a twofold test.
The job that Darrow
and it establishes.
Well,
Darrow's a rule breaker from now on. That's going to be what he goes for.
Yeah, that's also a cool little thematic foreshadowing. But Rangi, you're right. It is determined if he's a good liar, because you need to be a spy. So that's like. That is part of the test, but the other part is he smart enough? Is he smart enough to figure out it is a test?
It's also quick-witted.
Yes, yeah, which is why I highlighted him being dexterous
and then be able to cover it.
Mm-hmm. That's part 1 is figuring out you're in a test, and then part 2 is to be able to back it up, which Darrow's able to do both, which makes Dancer smile. But yeah, I really wanted to highlight him eating the Reaper. And like that's like it's like the first step of him becoming the Reaper is him joining the Suns by passing this test, which I think is really cool symbolism by Pierce. I think it might be one of the best in the whole franchise.
And he ate the card. Since he ate the card, like there was always the 2 sides. Like there's a legit way to win technically by just getting the right card. You have to lie.
Yeah, you can't win by playing fair, which is cheat or be cheated. Which is
there's just 2 sides. You have
cheat or be cheated is kind of the theme of this book.
Spycraft, you have to, You have to kind of master that if you want to win the game.
And so basically after the test is over, Dancer goes into a bit of a spiel about like why they call themselves the Sons of Ares, and he says, "Do you know why we call ourselves that? The Romans,
I like
war,
this part.
a god of military glory, defense of the hearth and home, honorable and all. But Mars is a fraud. He's a romanticized version of the Greek god Ares." And he goes on to say, Ares was a bastard, an evil patron of rage, violence, and blood. And so Darrow basically says, like, by choosing the name Ares, like, you're pointing out, like, the cruelty of the society. And Dancer basically says, like, no, you're kind of on the money with that. And he continues to go on. The gold would prefer for us to forget history, and most of us have, or were never taught it.
Unless it's Roman
I know
history.
How gold rose to power hundreds of years. They called it the conquering.
Arthur
They butchered any who contested them. Massacred cities, continents. Yeah, and exactly. And not many years ago, they reduced an entire world to ash. The Ash Lord nuked it to oblivion, and it was with Ares' wrath that they acted.
I'm sure he'll never be
now
relevant.
We are the sons of that wrath. And
surely not.
Yeah. I just like we're not even given a name, just the I like that.
Yeah, it's a cool title. Yeah. Also,
I like how certain characters are like brought up way early.
I mean, like I think like Octavia Lune gets brought up in the first fucking chapter. But yeah, I do really like.
I think she's brought up in the township first.
No, but I think Barlow mentions her.
It's a reference to her on the HC.
Well, I think Barlow mentions her,
too.
But no, I think in chapter 1, Barlow mentions her when he's on the comms. He references her.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back.
Maybe
you double check.
Like he might not say her name, but I'm almost sure he kind of alludes to her.
Sovereign or something.
I think so. I could be wrong. He definitely references the hierarchy of gold, but
Golden Leader.
Yeah, Golden Leader. Yeah, so
yeah, he's quoting her.
Yeah, so he does reference her. Yeah, so I was saying, I almost knew that she was mentioned some way, shape, or form in chapter 1, which is kind of already he's setting up like important characters and like obscure and increasingly less obscure stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty good at this kind of stuff. My memory is pretty solid. With certain things, other things I'm fucking atrocious with, like names of like actual people. Forget it. It's like I meet someone in real life, and like they like tell me their name. I'm like, fuck, what the hell is their name?
I have to meet them like 3 times.
Yeah, but no, when it comes to like literary or historical stuff, my mind just tends to keep it pretty well down. But yeah, I do really like the Mars versus Ares. I think it's one of the first things I like pinged you about, like that caught my interest in this book series was the Mars versus Ares explanation.
I remember asking about that too because I thought
it was neat. I thought it was like a really interesting thematic choice he made, and I mean, obviously, it's like pretty on the nose, but like that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like,
I kind of wish the other Greek v Roman like dichotomy was brought up. I think it's neat what they do with Ares.
They do it a little bit with other gods, but it's mainly Mars versus Ares that they focus on.
And so as Darrow's being fed this information, he asks the very obvious question. And he asks Dancer if he's Ares, and obviously he responds not.
That's like a running joke for like a while.
Yeah. No, it's always funny that it'll get mentioned.
That goes on like a lot longer than you think that Darrow assumes Dancer is Ares. Sorry.
Or just generally like two Areses, and they're incorrect every time until the actual reveal.
Yeah. I do like how Jam like will wait for like someone to finish talking, and then there'll be like silence, and as soon as he tries to talk again, someone talks. Sorry, go on.
I know it's really annoying.
He'll bring up something, and then at least with me, I'll want to like, oh wait, I want to expand on that.
Well, I mean, I
know.
And then
Yeah.
someone shouts, "Stay on target," and we get retargeted.
Yeah, we need to get back.
Like I said, we can talk about the text and then subtext after the chapter's over.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to restrain myself.
Yeah. And so basically, Darrow like kind of has a jab at it, like, oh, like you're not him, but you belong to him. And Tetra says, I belong to no one but Harmony and the people. I'm like you, Darrow, born to a clan of earth diggers, miners from the colony Tyros. Only I know more about the world, and you think that I may be, but I'm not.
So did that get retcon jam, Tyros? Because he says it's from Farron later.
Tyros, yes.
But they say he's from Farron later.
Do they?
Yes.
I don't remember.
He's
well, maybe that's a little continuity mistake.
Because they get, because you're basically Reds don't have last names, so their last name is just the town they're from. So it's Dancer O'Farron, whereas it's Darrow Lycos, but he should be Dancer Tyros. So Pierce either made a retcon or just forgot.
And
either that applies more with Harmony's clan, if that is her clan.
I guess.
There's a little analogy that
there could be a reason for that.
I really
anyway,
like.
go on.
There's a little analogy that Dancer makes that I like, where he's like, imagine a table covered with fleas. The fleas would jump to heights unknown. A man came along and upturned a glass jar over the fleas. And the fleas jumped and hit the top of the jar and couldn't go any farther. Then the man removed the jar, and the fleas didn't jump higher than they had grown accustomed, because they believed there's still to be a glass ceiling. We're the fleas who jump high. Now let me show you just how high that we can jump.
Yeah, it's a good analogy.
It's a neat little analogy for,
especially because the Reds are pretty much fleas.
What, like the allegory of the cave
to humanity.
Yeah.
It's like the allegory of the cave, where you're so accustomed to something that the moment you're free, technically you'll just stay imprisoned because you're used to it.
Yeah, and the Reds are the fleas of society, which is a good analogy, making the Reds the fleas because they're just little insignificant bugs. But there's more of them than anyone else.
And Dancer goes on to mention that his wife's song, they broadcasted it like all over the society, like teleprompters and HCs, and they're now calling it the Song of Persephone. And Darrow's kind of like a bit bitter about this, that like
he's more than a bit.
She's basically now known.
He's fucking furious.
He's calling and they're calling her Persephone instead of Io, and like Dancer is not happy with that at all. Like he's like, her name is Io, not Persephone.
And the whole she belongs to her people, and Darrow's like, just he doesn't particularly care yet. He hasn't like developed that identity.
Well, yeah, because Darrow is still I'm of Lycos, not a Red.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's. I think Darrow is also feeling very protective of her and her dream, because for one thing, it's like she left it to me. I think that's a major factor. But it's also like very much well,
there's a conversation to be had there, though. Did she?
Yeah.
I think
like she wanted him to take it up, and then his immediate action was to basically give it up.
Also, did anyone read the Sons of Ares comics? Because I think that might go into. I think they pick Io almost. I think I read that somewhere.
I have. When it comes to like extended like Red Rising media, I've kind of soured on it the more that I hear about it.
I think because they retcon a lot of stuff. I don't really like
that either. They picked her on purpose.
Yeah,
I like the opportunism element.
I like I haven't read them yet.
So the way that I actually know how the third Sons of Ares comic book ends, which is like the ending to like that run. Do you mind if I say it, or do you not want spoilers?
Give it in vague terms, because you might accidentally spoil something for Rangi.
So it ends with Io running across.
Yeah, Rangi. So you might.
No. It's fine. So it ends with Io running across a like one of like it's like Io when she was a child, and she runs like she's running with her friends, and she comes across a Reaper Sai carved into the side of it, and she's just staring at it for a little bit. And then her friend's like, "Io, what are you doing? Like, catch up." And like she's kind of just like glances at it as she's like running back.
Interesting.
So it's like, oh, like the seeds of like
rebellion,
like an idea, or like sprouting in her head.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily could be the Sons of Ares. Maybe it's just supposed to be like a visual sort of deal.
No, that wasn't what I was referring to. I think that I think they were trying to well, because remember they had their greens like ready to hack Io's hanging, so they had something in mind. I'll read the comics eventually, but I think there's like Pierce wanted to kind of make the story of how it happened, and he chose comic as the medium. It's just it's always dicey when you add stuff that's not in the main series because
anything,
because it can make retcons or recontextualize things in ways that like kind of like, oh, I kind of liked it the way I thought it was. We already had that conversation with Stone Side, but we will.
We already. And the more I hear about that, more like, not really. I don't really.
And Dancer basically says like, the people of Mars still remember the old tales of a goddess stolen from her family by the god of death. Even when she was stolen, death cannot forever. She was the maiden, goddess of spring, destined to return after each winter. Yo, a dream of spring. Beauty incarnate can touch life, even from the grave. And that's how they think of their life.
It says a dream of spring on the box.
To run the risk of being cringe, Io is an idea as I slap my hands together.
Yeah.
She's an idea. But that is just true. And it's even mentioned when she dies. Or not when she dies, when she sings the song. It's like she became something far more important in that moment.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why Pierce didn't want to explore her as much. I think he wanted to leave her a bit more of a mystery because like she is more of an idea than character. But like at the same time, it's like, I still kind of want to see more of her before she became that. You can do both.
You do that and still flesh out the character.
Yeah.
Well,
and
get back.
And so to summarize a little bit at the end, Dancer basically goes on and says like, Io is gone, but her memory will live on. And it's up to people like you and me to basically take up the mantle, so to speak, to make sure that the dream actually comes to fruition.
And then the Titanic plays.
And so Dancer basically asks him again, like, what he wants. And Darrow, being a bit short-sighted, he says that he wants to see Nero out Augustus dead. And Dancer basically kind of frowns at it, and he's like, oh, so revenge then. And he mentions, you're setting your sights too low, Darrow. You need to think higher. And he says that Nero wouldn't like that. The most important man on Mars.
Nero's too low of a bait, or too low of a target. That would rub Nero the wrong way.
That would piss him the fuck off, dude.
Yeah,
he'd probably
he'd probably gut Dancer right there and then.
Including himself, because somebody had the gall to look down on him, so he would probably.
And Nero would never kill himself. He's not that kind of guy.
The lion does not concern himself with the opinion of rusters.
Yes.
This is true. Actually, you are right.
But I do want to point out that he also, his kill list is Nero Augustus, and then Magistrate Podginus and Ugly Dan. That's a short list. It's like two fucking jobbers, and then like the governor of Mars.
Yeah, I like how it isn't even like Pliny, although he doesn't know Pliny's name yet.
Yeah. I just like it's just so great that like
he likes to spread out.
His worldview is so narrow at this point, though.
Well, he gives a shout out to those two, though.
Yeah. Oh, the thing is, like, and to avoid spoilers, I just like how the proclamations of those three, like, each one of them has a payoff. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, Ugly Dan and Podginus.
Mm-hmm.
But, as the lift that they're being dragged through goes up, they come across, like, a common room, like, in a building, and there's, like, a little piano on the side. And there's a giant glass window that's, like, overlooking everything. And Darrow walks up to it, and he sees sunlight for what it feels like the first time, like, in his life. And he just looks out the and he's distraught. He's just like heartbroken. And Darrow Dancer, he walks up to him and says, "Now you understand. We've been deceived." And the final line of the chapter is that beyond the glass sprawls a city.
Which is what I wanted to point out is Pierce kind of gives that away already, because he has Dancer tell Darrow, "I put this across the 100,000 miles of Mars and all the cities." So, and like Darrow just kind of isn't really listening, so the reveal doesn't hit him yet. But like as a reader, it's like it's fine. It's
Darrow has a lot to consider.
Well, no, that's not what I'm
talking. Narrative, you kind of in the story, like going in, you kind of already know.
Yeah, well, because of the prologue. Yeah, but I'm saying if he wasn't concerned with that, right? If you actually wanted this to be a reveal, like it's kind of you undermine the reveal by giving it away to the reader. But obviously he's not concerned with that, so it's not an issue if he's not concerned with it. But I just do find it funny. He's like, "Yeah, this is supposed to be the big reveal of the chapter, but anyway, here, let me tell you it 2 pages in advance, like explicitly."
Yeah. I remember, so I think the first time I got into this, I was listening to Slev, who was a friend. He was like reading it in like a VC, and like I didn't know about the synopsis. But like when he got to I started reading on my own because I had the book. Like this is like the chapter that I actually got hooked on. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be reading all these books after this. It's like
for me it was the Fall of Mustang was the chapter that got me hooked on the book. I couldn't put it down after that.
Yeah. Mine was The Passage. That was like the one, like, man, this book is going to be really, can't wait to read more of it.
That was a pretty good one.
So yes, this is Darrow's first time.
Chapters.
I mean, I wasn't like bored. I liked the beginning intro stuff, but when I was just like this, when I had like the kind of the epiphany, like, wow, like there's going to be some good shit.
I've thoroughly surrounded Falcon with Darrow's enemies.
For me, it had to be. I don't remember if it's an individual chapter or not, but it has to be the passage that made.
Oh, so you and Falcon have the same chapter.
Hey, we have the same one. The Passage. It's such a good chapter.
I will say though, after this chapter, I might head out.
Okay.
Because after the 9th chapter, I just kind of want to take a bit of a break.
All right, I'll take over then.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Chapter 9 and it's a short. Chapter 9 is called The Lie, and he's basically just describing how the city looks like. It's sprawling, skyscrapers everywhere. You see golden men flying on their hover boots, basically like just throughout the city. You see the more lower colors like walking, like among everyone else. You even see like some high reds as like municipal workers and shit like that. And Darrow's basically just like he doesn't understand like what any of this means. His whole life is a lie.
I like these 2 lines. It is a place of lies, wealth, and immense abundance. And then Darrow, I gasp at the grotesquerie. Like, that's just a fun.
Well, because he
back to back.
Yeah. He comes from such a frugal living.
Here's what the reality is, and here's Darrow's reaction to this is beyond like anything anything normal, and like what I knew was all right.
My whole life was a lie.
Yeah, well, even says that.
Yeah.
This is the future, and it shouldn't be this way for generations. Imagine like you just took an elf sky and you saw there's like an entire like floating city up top.
Yeah,
that's just been there.
You've been in the basement your whole life, and then like your captors let you out of the basement. You're like, holy fuck, what? There's actually a world up there. Yeah, right.
And like this is the first time that Darrow recognizes like he's a slave.
Like he was like, fuck, Io was right. We are slaves. Like he thought she was like exaggerating.
Yeah. And Dancer's just like sitting in his chair, like just letting him sink it all in. He doesn't even seem like he's kind of like, yeah, this is the natural reaction that I was, that sort of thing.
And he lets him take his time to come to grips with it all.
And Dancer basically says like, this is the exact future that Octavia was promising us all, but she's been keeping it for this entire time. And now he's going to give Darrow a little history lesson, how the world has been working for the past few centuries. He says that Earth isn't overcrowded. 700 years back, they expanded to the moon Luna. Because it was so difficult to launch spacecraft through Earth's gravity and atmosphere, Luna became Earth's port, through which it colonized the moons and planets of the other planets of the solar system. And Darrow's basically by that, like 700 years of human history. And he says, on Luna, efficiency and order became the chief concern. In space, every set of lungs must have a purpose. So the first colors are gradually instituted, and the reds were sent to Mars to get the fuel for mankind. The mining colonies were established there since Mars has the highest concentration, which is used to terraform the other worlds and moons. And
it's the Arrakis of the solar system. It's Arrakis is the planet Dune, right, with the spice.
Yeah.
And
Mars is very much set up to be the linchpin of
Yes, it is.
Of this whole operation.
Yeah.
Darrow takes solace in that by saying, well, at least that, like, they didn't lie about that, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And Darrow basically asks, like, so have the other worlds been, like, terraformed and colonized? And he said, and Darrow
pretty much
just says, oh yeah, the small ones, or at least the small moons, and most of the planets.
I mean,
obviously not the gas giants because, like, they're on.
You try living on Jupiter's storms for like 5 minutes, you'll explode.
I think.
Well, the other thing is Jupiter is literally a planet made of gas. So.
Yeah, it's much harder to terraform. It's nearly impossible. But also, Pluto is the only one that's not finished terraforming yet, right? Like they mentioned that they're still working on Pluto.
Yeah. And he says that in the early stages of the colonization, when the wealthy of Luna began to realize Earth was nothing more than a drain on their profits, even as Luna colonized the solar system, they were taxed and owned by corporations and countries on Earth, but those same entities could not enforce their ownership. And so, Luna rebelled. The Golds in their society against the country's birth. Earth fought back, and they lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
And that was the conquering. Yeah.
Essentially. There's a bit of narrative mirroring there.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the economics turned Luna into the power of the solar system, and the society began to change into what it is today, an empire built on red backs.
Yeah, they're below even pinks.
So basically, they're like, when the Reds were first sent to Mars, like, they originally had a purpose, but that purpose was, like, basically was they were in the mines.
Well, they still have that purpose. Perverted. It's just, it's been perverted, yeah.
It's just a justification, and it's...
Mm-hmm. Well, the goal, we were led to believe that the prior Golds were pretty honorable, or at least what they believe honor meant, and they kind of lost their way. So it's kind of...
Compared to modern Golds, they probably were a little less shit, but I mean, they were probably
they were all Falcon
crazy conqueror war criminals.
They were all probably like what's his name, Romulus. That's kind of like I think like the old Golds are all kind of like his type of character.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
because they did well. I don't know. This is kind of
stay on target. Stay on target.
That's Falcon's job to do that.
And so Dancer continues to say,
what?
I just wanted to explain that, like, there's like those fucked up to say.
And so Dancer continues to state that Reds were sent to Mars 500 years ago, and the other colors came to Mars about 300 years back. And while our ancestors still toiled beneath the surface, they lived in the para-terraformed cities with bubbles of atmosphere over them. And while the rest of the world terraformed slowly, now the bubbles are coming down, and the world is fit for anybody. So Reds live as maintenance workers, sanitation, grain harvesters, assembly workers, and so.
So basically, in the last like half century, that like the Mars was like fully terraformed. Like it's pretty recent that like the bubbles have came down, and like it's like you don't have to live just in the cities anymore. Like probably in the last half century or so. That's what I interpreted from that line.
Yeah,
and
I guess
it's assumed that it's like the terraforming has been happening, and while that's been happening, it's like enclosed cities, which we can assume is like the case for other planets.
You'd be right.
Going onward right now.
Yes, you're correct. That's how a lot of the rim is. They're in bubbles because you can't the full planet isn't like Mars is now, where you can just walk around anywhere on Mars like it'd be Earth.
Yep. Yeah, because Mars is fully terraformed.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time we get a distinction between high Reds and low Reds, where high Reds live as like maintenance workers, sanitation, and low reds are those of like the class that were born beneath, and Dancer describes them as the truest slaves. In the cities, the reds who dance disappear. Those who voice their thoughts vanish. Those who have their head, those who those who bow their heads and accept the role of the society and their place in society, as all colors do, live on with relative freedom. Dancer says this so like nonchalantly, like he's smoking from his pipe as he's saying it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh yeah, this is just common knowledge, kid. I'm sorry. Sorry I have to tell you this.
Just life sucks. Get used to
But it kind of goes to show that there's pros and cons to like every aspect of the society. Like even though low reds are the bottom of the bottom, like they're allowed to kind of like express themselves in a way that like no one else but gold really is. Like they can just kind of like, other than the one forbidden song and dance, they can kind of say and do whatever they like as long as they get the job done. Whereas like the high reds, they start,
their job is important enough that they can kind of have their own culture and society.
Also, they can't impact the rest of society. They're like sequestered away. So
yeah, they're tucked away.
So
whereas like if you're a high red, like you're worse than a brown servant, which is like really saying something.
Yeah. Well, browns are basically just like expensive servants. Like there's a character who would be like, oh yeah, we should have had a brown servant, but we had a high red because my parents are progressive, blah, blah, blah. Jam might know that character.
And as yeah. Oh yeah, that plot line. What a plot line. What a plot line. I'm so excited for you to get to Lightbringer. Anyway, so as Darrow is looking across, as Darrow's looking across the city, look at his hands, and he remembers what Dancer said that they were, like tools to help EO's dream go forward. And he starts to change his mind about like what his place should be, and he starts to rethink his prior statement of just like petty revenge personally. And he's like seeing this kind of gives him the, and honestly I can see why. Basically realizing the past 500 years of your people's history was a fiction is
a mirage.
Pretty fucked up.
Not cool, Gold. Not cool.
Yeah, not cool.
It's like Chris McLean. Not cool.
And so as Darrow is basically just like looking at the ground, he just looks to Dancer and says, "What is my mission?" And that's the end of the chapter.
Also, I wanted to point out the characters he named specifically. So his father, Dale, his mother, Deanna, Leanna, Kieran, Lauren. Oh, poor Lauren. EO's parents, Uncle Nero, Barlow. Barlow gets a mention. Fuck yeah. And everyone else. I actually rereading this, I didn't think we'd ever see Barlow mentioned a single time after part 1. And I'm like, oh my god, he does. Look at that. Look at him go.
That's funny. I kind of forgot a lot myself.
He's one of my favorite,
not as much as I forgot about Ralph, but
yeah. Well, Barlow kind of is the kind of like the highlight of chapter 1. Yeah. Dude, he's the Red God.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat your words, Falcon, when Red God comes out and Ralph reveals himself
Ralph
to the world.
Ralph's all over the place.
Yes.
Like blows up the entire
don't you know that he's the Ralph male?
I was gonna ask, like Iron, who would you say is like the most brand coded character in the story overall?
Brand coded? Oh, Bran, like
the whole story.
Not Ralph.
From Game of Thrones, Bran.
It's
that's not Ralph.
Brand's in the whole book. It's definitely not Ralph. Ralph is more like the Will. He's more like Will.
I was gonna say Lyria, but Lyria is just like a better character, more interesting character.
Yeah, Bran would.
That's an insult to Lyria.
Rana, maybe. Rana, I think would be a fair comparison. Not like skill set wise, but like mindset wise.
Is Rana in the sequels?
Yeah.
Okay. I
don't
think I've gotten to her yet.
What do you think of that comparison? I mean, I could.
You should have.
I could.
She shows up.
Yeah, she's mentioned.
I'm just saying, I don't think I've met her.
No, you probably have. She just hasn't been. You have Falcon. She's just not important yet, or she is, but you'll see.
I think I know who you're talking about. Actually, there's a
certain Darrow's niece.
Yeah, she's in.
Oh, Darrow's niece.
She's in part 1, right? She's one of the two little.
Yeah, no, she was at the den in that one chapter.
Well, she's in when they're running around the township, right? She's one of those two kids. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she's in part 2 as well. Yeah, or book 2, Golden Sun.
Yeah, but in part 1, well, spoilers for Rangi. asshole.
Yeah. Well, let's not go. Well, anyway,
So with that,
I'm just gonna
so with
push
that
the-
being
Stay on
with,
target.
yeah.
Too close. Stay on target.
With that being said, I'm going to hand off the reins to Iron because I'm going to head off for the night because usually, like with live streams, like 2 hours is basically my limit to where I'm like, okay, yeah.
No, I feel that.
It's just like a thing with me, like, yeah, I'm kind of not used to like the whole live yet.
Yeah, hopefully next time we'll cut down the technical difficulties and we can have you around for a little longer.
And we're getting a little better each time. We're getting there. The Jeopardy stream, holy
we'll
shit!
have a full stream with no audio issues, and it'll be perfect.
Dake, Rangi, remember how bad the Jeopardy stream was?
But, with that,
there we go. Sorry, Jam.
Oh no!
Yeah, that stream was
just
atrocious.
Say, on that note, I shall be hopping off.
Bye, Jam.
Goodbye, everybody.
Boy.
See you later, bud.
Bye, Jam. Okay. Fuck that guy, am I right? Chapter 10.
Bro, he doesn't even play Civilization 5.
I still have to make you
a real slander.
I still have to make you a thumbnail for that. Chapter 10, The Carver.
The thumbnail Dungeon Iron.
Yeah. Also known as my toilet.
I am not the only person in this call that's currently playing Civ 5.
Dake's playing with you.
That's a really funny mental image of
way to fucking out me on that one, bro. There's exactly 4 of us here, and 2 of us will spend 2 days talking about it. Well done, subtle. Keep ready.
No, I was gonna falsely claim Falcon was doing it, but yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like last night when he swore blind he wasn't converting my cities. It's like, no, it's just happening in front of my eyes by accident.
Rangi's a little shithead.
No,
that's something you should know.
No, we don't need it. It's fine.
Okay. You know what? I'm pushing the button again.
Push it, yes. Alright, chapter 10. We meet one of my favorite characters in book 1. I think Mickey is easily my top 10 for book 1. There's like book 1's good.
I know book 1 has a lot of good characters.
It does, but like Mickey, because a lot of those good characters, Falcon, if you're remembering,
because I didn't appreciate Mickey until book 2.
Really? Okay, because I think there's other characters. Go on.
In retrospect, I really like him in part 2, but I'm just saying, like he didn't. It took him a while to get going for me.
Fair enough.
With Mickey, it's interesting because there's an interesting aspect to him, but I can see not liking him at first.
Well, he's kind of. Well, I mean, it's kind of.
I can understand it. Yeah.
He kind of fucks up.
Oh, he's a pimp.
Yeah, he does that, and he's mean to his bitches, I guess, for lack of a Red Rising word. But
the technical term is whole.
His pinks. We'll just call him that. He's pretty mean to his pinks.
It's not worse than bitches. Come
on. But yeah, he's pretty mean to Evie in particular, and some might say he gets it back tenfold. She's kind of a little. She's got a little devil child in her. But
I was gonna say, well, what we learned of her, what we know of her book though, is she is an angel.
Yes, like I said, I'm trying to like keep the conversations focused on the chapters we're on, but like I'm all for vaguely alluding to what becomes the characters, as long as we don't like spoil anything specifically for chat or particularly Rangi. But yeah, so the Carver. So this is an interesting one because like he kind of the way he starts off this chapter, the way he describes this scene that he's like kind of painting for you. You can almost think it's Io at first. When I first read it, I thought he was talking about Io, and then you realize he's talking about Lana, Neryl's daughter, which I think is one of 2 mentions she gets throughout the entire series.
Ever.
Yeah. So
yeah, she died. She died young.
Yeah.
She didn't really have an impact outside of that.
She has an impact on Neryl, which kind of fucked up. That like I think that's one thing. Again, I'll highlight that Pierce doesn't do a good enough job of is Darrow has a lot of family members he's really close with, and like he really only shouts out a few of them. Like I know he would have favorites, but like
he is
like he kind of like just kind of forgets about some of his family members. I'm like, dude, like they were like your life. Like
on the other hand, it is also very.
I do think a longer part. I think a longer part one would have probably helped that a lot.
I think so too, because then it would have kind of made the character stick more in Pierce's head as well. Because like he does a decent job in book one of, especially in part two, like having Darrow reflect. But like the further along he gets, like he only kind of mentions his immediate family and Neryl. Like that's like all his cousins and stuff.
I mean, in the case of the later books, I kind of just figured they didn't get mentioned as much because just like
how much time has passed.
Darrow is far more close from that life. So
wait, hey, but Neryl still gets mentioned, Falcon, because Neryl's the bloody goat.
I would hope that such an influential character would be mentioned more often. So that's talking a bit too much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think that's a. Well, I'm just saying, Neryl is like Darrow will get many father figures throughout the series, but Neryl is his second and arguably most influential because his dad was his father figure for what 6 years, like, and so like even though he worshipped his dad, he didn't really get much of him. Like the person who raised him most of his
had Darrow
for his formative years was Neryl. Yeah.
The father figure was
and I still, I mean, I'm Neryl's number one fan, so obviously he's my favorite of the father figures. But like Darrow gets a lot of really good father figures in most of the.
That is true. He really is.
Yeah, and most of Pixie's all of them. Oh, never mind. I thought you were talking about what the last chat comment said, which was Rangi. But I think even though most of his other father figures get way more page time than Neryl does, I still think Neryl like holds his own on the influence he had on Darrow, not only from a meta perspective, but from like a thematic perspective as well. But anyway, getting back to it, yeah. So his Neryl's daughter Lana dies tragically. Neryl. That's Neryl. His branch of the family gets much worse than Dale's. His family is fucking full of tragedy. It's kind of sad. But yeah, his daughter. Her husband gets sick. She whores herself out to save her husband's life. Her husband kills the guy she whored herself to. Obviously, it was a Gamma. Then he gets hung, and then she kills herself. So that's basically that one page summarized all of that tragedy, and you will never hear of her again.
It's like a paragraph.
Yeah. It's like, damn, that hits really hard, and like Pierce just like glosses over it. I mean, I get that it's kind of awkward to like expand on that, especially since Neryl's not there to have a conversation on it. But like, that's like I said, you'll hear her name one more time in the whole series. So Lana, everyone, that's kind of your. And I think it's like a single sentence, so this is pretty much all you ever get of Lana. But so then Harmony comes in.
She's there to kind of prove a point.
About how fucked up everything is and unfair life is. And, it's basically she's basically kind of like just a one of many tragic low red stories. So Harmony walks in the penthouse.
That's what the society has wrought. That's what this. That's.
And there's going to be a lot of interesting conversations of whether things are better or worse, and the answer is yes. That's the answer. They are both better and worse because of Darrow. And he's kind of thinking how like tragic it is that like. All that happened was over like a fucking like basically like box of Advil essentially. Like that's all that tragedy.
There's like so much hate because of the way resources are
distributed.
Like leveraged against the Reds.
Like think about that. Imagine like all that could have been solved if they just allowed them to have like a pharmacy down there. It's just crazy to think about. but yeah, and he said the point of it was so that they hate Gamma instead of Gold, and it's very clever because like it's hard to hate like these like vague overlords that you just kind of are. They're just out in the ether and you'll almost never see them, and like but the family down the street from you that are like fat relatively from all the food they're getting, right? They're not actually fat. It's just that they're not fucking starving. And it's like, grr, I hate them. And it's just that's kind of just the short. It makes it makes them short sighted. Like they don't set their aims higher because they hate someone on their level or only slightly above their level. Which is why the hierarchies within hierarchies is so good because everyone hates kind of the guy right in front of them on the ladder instead of the guy at the very top who's holding them down from climbing up further the ladder. But yeah, and then he said, how would how would Lambda and like Lycos react?
Iron is a pixie.
Yeah. How would Lambda and Lycos react if they knew what the world was actually like? They would have an open rebellion, and it would look like Dago's burner, burning hot but fast until all was ash, which is a pretty cool line. Dago's cigarette is actually like one of the most like reoccurring like
it's more relevant than he is.
Yes,
it's more relevant than he is.
Yes, his cigarette is like actually fucking like legendary. Like they reference Dago's cigarette a lot.
Yeah, well, the burner metaphor.
Yeah.
Metaphors are just generally very common, but almost always.
Yeah,
good point.
It's a good point. It is a good point, and he contextualizes it in a way that like relates to Darrow's worldview, but also kind of like paints it in like a it bridges the gap between thematic and narrative reason to keep bringing it up because like Darrow would kind of think of the world through that. But like it is kind of a cool way to contextualize this world.
It's the message that Dago was trying to impart the first time.
Oh yeah, it is.
I've seen 1,000.
Yeah.
Also, Iron. I like how you have even Nero, Timothy, and Ugly Dan as images.
Well, that's fucking Darrow's.
That's his hit list.
That's his hit list right now.
I
wonder how many of those faces will stay on that hit list.
Yeah. We'll see.
But yeah, no.
And it might not be who you might immediately think.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to all the like early Reds we meet, and even like what we see, it's interesting because it's very impressive. We can you can already understand the varies, but then like this extra reveal never like depth to them, but then like. It also adds like a different angle to the whole universe where like this is where it crosses over into like this kind of cyberpunk sort of style with these chapters.
Yeah, I mean I think I would agree that like this is the most cyberpunk the series gets. Because like you don't really spend a lot of time with the dregs.
I would say it kind of changes to like high sci-fi later.
Yeah, but he's with the dregs of society. Yeah, because like he's with like all the neon flashing lights and like everyone's got like biomodifications and it's like this is very much the most cyberpunk coded of the whole series.
Cyberpunk, I'm not arguing with. I'm saying I don't think I agree with high sci-fi. I don't think it goes. I don't think the sci-fi. I don't think the series close to high sci-fi.
I would agree it doesn't in the original trilogy. In the sequel trilogy, it flirts with it. Dake. It really does.
Okay,
dude.
I don't know how to describe Iron Rain as anything more than like.
No. I know what Dake's thinking of. Like what, tropes and concepts and technologies you typically see in high sci-fis aren't really utilized until the sequel trilogy. You see a lot of those type of tropes, and they may not be used as tropey as they normally are, but there's definitely a lot more of those kind. I can't say them without spoiling them because like some of them you don't see coming and some of them are foreshadowed, but like you won't see the application coming. But like there's, I'm talking about, Dake, with like some of the stuff I'm alluding to.
I do.
Yeah.
And I have so many more books and so many more authors for you guys to read once we're done with Red Rising.
I'll get some eventually. I can't promise I'll go through them as fast, but
I don't know, I have a Wheel of Time on my next on my docket, so like I'm gonna be busy.
I'm gonna give
for a
all of y'all
while.
some serious high concept sci-fi after this.
Wheel
of Time is a good way to go, though. That'll lead you in the right direction. God damn it, my tongue. That'll lead you in the right direction anyway.
Dake, you and Noob are gonna be the death of me. You guys are constantly recommending me shit I don't have time for.
But it's all good though.
I don't doubt you.
Noob.
Well, to say Noob just recommends linear things.
It's Noob's a character.
Yes,
to be fair, Noob's recommendations you always have to take with a grain of salt because he's like, "Oh, you like this? Okay, well." In the prehistoric era,
yeah, I'm just like I just approach media completely differently from Noob.
I think everyone does.
Human being
it's very interesting, but I'm like, he'll go off and stuff. I'm just like, I would never consider it though.
Noob is a party of one and how he thinks about media.
Why he was going through things in such a weird order.
Fortnite
to explain his.
It's unironically a major part of it.
Yes, he tried to explain the Fortnite theory. Yeah, I'll tell him.
Oh yeah, Falcon. Falcon.
The Fortnite theory of interconnected universes.
Yes, Fortnite is ground zero of like his entire like pantheon of media he's building. Like it all connects back to Fortnite. It's like it's like the heart of his like puzzle. This includes
when he was reading the Epic about 6 months ago. By the way.
Fortnite have to do with Epic?
Because
I have no.
Here, I'll explain. So, if every single skin in Fortnite is it's like a canonical clone. So, like they're not just like skins you put on a character. They are alternate universe replications of that character. So, since they appear in Fortnite,
Gilgamesh from the Epic of Gilgamesh isn't in Fortnite, is he?
I would be shocked.
Maybe.
How do you?
I mean, like Wukong is in it, and like a lot of other deities and
but
ancient
that makes
figures.
sense because like Wukong was a game that and like it's like a very like it's just kind of it's like Goku,
I would say Goku's in it, but I would say probably not.
You tell me there's a box in Fortnite you can
but
open.
I mean like it's like a more culturally like understandable like Epic of Gilgamesh is very influential to humanity as like a story, but like it's not to like whereas Wukong might be, so that makes more sense.
Also, Dake Kelsier is in Fortnite, which I knew pointed out to me, which I'm like, what? I never knew that.
Kelsier.
Yeah, by the way, but Dake, if he ever reach,
so Noob has to read Mistborn now because of Kelsier.
Yeah. Oh yeah, doesn't Noob always make deals? He's like, if you read this,
yes,
like
he's the king of that.
Like, because Jam was trying to get him to read Red Rising, and like he just
he was the king of that, and then he met me. He can make the deal, but I can just circumvent it a day.
But yeah, so the summing up the chat, Noob is a party of one with how he views media, and the Fortnite thing is a very funny central core piece of the puzzle piece of how everything connects. Because basically, anytime something he's interested in crosses over with anything, he's now obligated to read that thing because it crossed over with something he liked. So no matter how little shit he might give about an IP, if it crosses over with an IP he already liked, he now has to read it. Yes, he is, and he has documentation on like everything he reads, and like timelines and
But I'm gonna press the button.
Falcon, press the button.
Yeah, we are not here just to
target.
This might be
I knew for a while we were getting way off track, but it's like so interesting to me that I kind of had to.
Yeah, no, it's Noob. It's like it's probably. Chat probably doesn't give a shit, but like he's like a very perplexing and interesting person. And if I could somehow ever get him on stream, you'll understand. Probably never.
I think you got to try at least once.
I will.
Just to see if it would ever happen.
He's very opposed to it, but then again, so is Jam, and we got Jam on here, so never say never, kids. But yeah, yeah. But going back to the story, Dancer's like.
Because I think it's actually going to be easier on the Jam.
No. Yeah, and I'll explain later why. Dancer says Darrow asked Dancer essentially like, why didn't you like tell everyone about like, or no, why did you show my wife dying instead of like just the surface of Mars? And Dancer's like, well, because the rebellion now will be crushed in days. Like, he's like, we have to play the long game here, kid. Like, an empire cannot be destroyed from without till it's destroyed within. True, unless you also have an empire, but that's another story, and they do not.
The interesting thing with Dancer is almost the reverse of Harmony. Harmony is just
we already went over that, Dan. Okay, yeah, we can go over it again.
Yeah, but
no.
Hold on. We went over that vaguely, but Dancer's whole ideology and view, because I'm using it as a contrast.
Yeah, no, I'm saying we did this in this stream and last stream, but I'm saying you can go on again. I'm just saying keep it short because we've already had this conversation.
Yeah, so Dancer's whole view is like, it really is the spark that burns brightest, burns quickest.
Well, no, that's more so Dago's like reason for being a character, but yeah, Dancer does share that belief.
Yeah.
Well, and it makes sense because like you do. I think that a major part of this particular book is that like any given revolution, needs to bide its time and needs to
not only
understand the cost of every action.
Well, not only that, but it's like the reason why you're revolting in the first place. Like if you're angry and you want change just because you're mad, you don't like the way things are. Basically there'll be other characters who kind of have the same view later, but it's like you need to be able to build as well as break.
Like the big question of Red Rising is like, how would you like assume like how would you go about that?
Mm-hmm. And he said, we're empire breakers, not terrorists. Remember that. Because Dancer doesn't believe themselves to be terrorists. Like Harmony, I think would take no issue calling herself a terrorist. I don't think she cares. She just wants to kill people because she's pissed off. And you'll meet...
Definition of a terrorist.
Yeah. And you'll meet another character who is maybe shares Harmony's views later in the book. But yeah, so Dancer is trying to instill like these lessons into Darrow, like Rangi was saying, the importance of patience, which is something he shares with the sovereign of all people, and the importance of like understanding what we're doing this all for. Like, don't get lost in the hate, kid. It's what he's trying to tell him, because he knows that that's not how you play this game. It's only going to lead you to bad places. Dancer's a pretty good. Dancer's a pretty good character, but he's instrumental in making sure Darrow doesn't turn out to be like a certain other character we may meet. But yeah, well, him among others, but Dancer's the first kind of to guide him down the right path.
Mateo.
Yeah, Mateo will be another one.
The goat.
Yeah, we won't discuss Mateo tonight because he's not in these chapters, but he's a pretty fun character.
When I was looking over the chapters again, I was like, will we talk about Mateo? And then I'm like, no, he's in chapter 13.
Unfortunately not.
No. But yeah, Dancer then kind of goes on more about kind of how the world works, and Darrow kind of just soaks in all the information, like what do all the colors do, how's society run.
You don't want to speed ahead with this bit,
just because that's why I'm speeding up there. Yeah. Like, I'm not going over what each color does, even though I would more than love to. I love the hierarchy pyramid. I find it so much fun. I spam it on our chats. Yeah,
we know you love it.
Yes,
yeah, I love it too. It's a fun emote or fun sticker to fucking throw out.
And I call it Space Race. So
yeah, that's really part of why I like it so much, because it's like when you don't have context looking at it, it's like so funny.
It really is.
Like, what the fuck does this mean?
But yes, it's one of Party's favorites too, and he has no context for it. But going back, he basically ends up his history lesson when Harmony shows up, and this is just a really funny line recontextualize. Not the one I was going to point out later, but Harmony is here. Time to go. It's like that will take on a whole new meaning later.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
Oh no.
yes, exactly. Then Darrow goes, "I want to fight," and Dancer's like, "You'll get your chance," pretty much. And then, but like Darrow's like, "But like, I don't want to fight like the way you want me to fight. I want to just fight as me, not because we don't know what the mission is yet, but Darrow knows, and like, I think this is a better job of organically having Darrow withhold information from us. We'll have that conversation way later, but that's a conversation for another day. Falcon knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Pierce does that.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dake knows what I'm talking about too. But yeah, so then they doctored his sigils, eyes, and hair color, because sigils is the number one way to tell what color someone is. Eye color is the number 2 way. Hair color is the number 3 way. And they doctor
There's
all
another
three.
way biologically, but that's kind of something that like they'll never be able to fake. They're legit, so they have to fake it.
Well, they're gonna do it, and they'll go over it in these chapters how you fake that. Like they're about to fake it with Darrow, and it's really fucking hard.
I'm saying like Darrow's like tests, like some of them they just had to, like it says later they just straight up had to fake it because like
oh yeah.
stuff, which is,
well,
like, he's still a red, like his blood would be like red blood. You can't actually fake that.
Yeah. But for the most part, they are able to completely transform him into a gold.
Yeah. And like DNA.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
But yeah. So Darrow, like I said, right now he's a high red. Darrow goes under a few disguises throughout the books, but his first one is going from a low red to a high red. And yeah, they just took his sigils, his eyes, his hairs, and they brightened all of them. What? Yeah, the contacts. Put spray paint in his hair and basically took a paintbrush to his sigils and like, oh, let's make you all nice and pretty so you don't look like a filthy ruster. But yeah, and then Darrow's like basically like, fuck, I can't, like, look, I'll do anything else, just not this. And like part of it's because he's scared shitless because they like tell him like how many people have tried this. 97. How many have died? 97.
How many succeeded?
None. Yeah. And they're like 97 that we know of, so it's likely higher. But and then he curses bloody damn, which is a really fun curse word. And then Darrow, but like that's like the most obvious reason why Darrow doesn't want to do this. But the subtextual reason, which he kind of textually tells us later, is that he's afraid that he's going to become something EO wouldn't recognize. So that's kind of like the second deeper reason why he doesn't want to do this mission. He's afraid of becoming something he's not, and he's going to have to face those fears.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Dancer's like, yeah, all those.
It's almost like his mission specifically requires that.
Yeah, and Dancer, he takes Darrow's shoulder. He's like, come here. He's like, don't worry. Harmony's just like getting you all riled up because she's getting a kick out of like making him scared shitless. And he's like, others may have failed, but you'll be different, Darrow. I feel it in my bones. And you know what? Props to you, Dancer. You're right. You had a good feeling about this kid, and he paid off. Well, that's why he was so mad at Neril, because Neril knew how much talent Darrow had, and Neril's job in the Sons of Ares was to recruit. He was a recruiter, and he's like, no, we're not going to recruit Darrow. Actually, we're going to let him have like a happy childhood.
Well, my view was he was like, I don't want more of my family involved than necessary.
Well, it's just he didn't want to send his nephew off to die. Essentially, yeah. Well, Narrow, like this is the same reason why he tried to stop Dale. Like Narrow is very reluctant to put his family into danger. He's very cautious, and when it comes to his family, because look, he lost his daughter, he lost all his brothers. Like he's tired of seeing his family die before him. Like it's just not like he doesn't think it's fair that he gets to keep living to relatively old age. I mean, he's only in his mid-30s, but that's pretty old for a low red. And like all these other people die young, and he just doesn't want, as much as Darrow infuriates him, he really loves him, and he doesn't want to see him get put in harm's way. And then when Darrow does what he does. Nero like tries to stop him. He's like, I know I can't. So here, we're gonna do it your way, but like I ain't gonna let you die for real. But like your way out is it's gonna be a Dancer. And he's like, say hi to Dancer for me. And then so now he's finally did his duty to the Sons of Ares, and like Dancer's like, the one thing Nero's ever done right is send you our way. And we'll see if he continues that opinion later. But so yeah, and then you kind of go through the cyberpunk-esqueness of like the low color districts. This is where all the reds, pinks, and browns hang out. So this is just like the dregs of the pyramid, and they're all kind of like prostitutes in every corner. People giving all their money away to like get dopium high on like virtual reality and live in a alternate reality better than yours, just for a brief period of time, and just like experience something you'll never be able to experience for real. So just get lost in a virtual world. It's very cyberpunky in that way. And then he kind of goes over some of the different ways different colors interact with the society. Like they have color walk lanes, but like even though they have them for golds don't really use them because golds fly. Like walking's kind of beneath them. Like the highest up you'll see walk is probably a copper. They're like they're the bottom of the top. So then they go into they go out of the main part of the city into the bazaar, which Darrow feels a little bit more comfortable in because he's used to cramped, tight spaces and like the openness of the breezy open air parts of the city kind of like make him feel like he's suffocating, which is funny because that's like the opposite effect most people would have. They would feel like suffocating the bazaar, but he feels relatively at home there. And then they talk about how like the densest parts of humanity is where like law and order begins to break down, and like it's hard to maintain control there. Like they don't really enforce the bazaar much because it's just too dense with people to like really try and like clamp down on too hard. So that's why a lot of the black market dealings are happening in this part of town, because it's like it's the crowded shit part of town where like the law kind of like looks the other way because they don't feel like dealing with it, and just let them, as long as they don't bother the people who actually matter, they let them do their little illegal illicit activities in the corner.
I like that Pierce puts time into covering that.
Yeah, because that's just how the world works. I mean, like we have like red light districts in Europe, and there's no-go zones in American cities. It's just how things go.
Yeah. And it's also showing where it's like the golds will let things slide. Like they're not micromanagers really. Like
that's the copper's job.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like what you were saying, Falcon. This is beneath them to like regulate.
Yeah, like if a later presents a problem to them, yes, they'll look into it. But
so then they come up.
If they can take I think just let it persist otherwise.
Yeah, like this is such small scale illegal activity that gold couldn't. But when it starts to turn into something a bit more, gold starts to kind of like, all right, you have our attention now, peasants. But yeah, so you
have my attention. Very what's the word? Very Augustian phrasing.
Yes, exactly. And all the consequences that come with that attention. Like there's so much to say about him, but we'll get there when we get there. But Falcon, I figured you would find this fun. Oh yeah, it'll be fun. But yeah, so they get to the Mickey's bar essentially for I don't know if there's like a Red Rising term for it, but it's a nightclub. It's what it is. It's Mickey's nightclub.
They describe it as
a nightclub, I think. Yeah. But yeah, so they come up to Mickey's nightclub and they get greeted by a brown with a lot of modifications. So Darrow refers to him as Mod Job, and get this, Falcon.
Yeah.
Mod Job has a fucking character card.
What?
Yes.
No way.
Mod Job.
This makes him like the only prominent brown character in the whole trilogy, I think.
Yes, it does. You don't get another like brown character with like.
I kind of forgot about him. Yeah, they're.
Yeah. I don't.
Yo, he looks cool as fuck though.
Yeah.
I like the cyberpunk vibe.
This is what Rangi was talking about. This is kind of like the only like cyberpunkness we really do with Red Rising. I mean, we get a little bit of it in the
it's
sequel
cool.
trilogy, but it's in the original trilogies is really the only, because eventually Darrow gets kind of too high and mighty for all this, which is kind of ironic.
A lot of this book feels more, at least Red Rising feels more fantasy than it does sci-fi.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean now. Yeah. The
a lot of that is because of we'll get to next.
Yeah, my job is now the king of the society.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
we read like 6 chapters.
Wait, where are we actually?
We're halfway through chapter 10.
Well, we're gonna end on 12. So if we read like 6, then it'll be 18.
6,
which
7.
Is 18. 18 is still kind of more kind of sci-fi-esque still.
Once the game,
like I'm gonna be more implied to read.
Once the game proper starts,
19, which we'll start with next time. 19 will be like 2 streams from next. That'll start being more fantasy.
Yeah,
I would say.
Well, at part 3, because right after the passage, you go into part 3, which is the fantasy.
Part 3,
yeah. So we'll try and end with the passage next stream. No, that's probably too much. What I think what's it
That's
called?
what I'm saying. I would say it's still a good like intro to part 3. It kind of feels like an ending.
I think ending with the. I think
like it feels.
Yeah, go on.
I feel like you don't necessarily have to end with it. We could start with it if we wanted to, I guess, because it does represent a big change in the books. About nearly the halfway point of the story as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make them progress.
Okay. Well, let's just make sure we get to where we want to today. Let's get to 12. Let's kind of wrap up 11. Or we're still on 10.
I am
11's really
a little tight on time, so
yeah, we might.
I think we should just try to get done unless we want to stop here.
We'll
stop on 11. I don't know.
We'll make a call later. Because like I said, I'm not in a rush to really get through this series. Like we make the progress as we make the progress, and like
I think if we go slower or faster with it, it's fine.
Yeah, because
I'm just saying, like if we want to stay on a certain pace, we would have to kind of get going.
We
want to stop like after 11 or before 11.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll try and do from now on, is like try and like have an idea of like we'll kind of overshoot so that like it's not as much of a problem, because like if we like for example the first stream we want to do 6 chapters, we got 3. It's better to be over prepared than under prepared. Like we're like, oh shit, it only took us an hour to get through these chapters, now what? Know what I mean?
Yeah. Although after this stream, like the next couple like a lot, well actually yeah, I would still say like once you get to chapter 16 or so, it probably slows down a bit more, but then like there's still like a lot of quick up until then.
Yeah, I think we'll end with 11.
Where we can just call it.
No, I think because we're halfway through 10, and then 11's like 2 pages, so I think we'll end it after 11, because 12's pretty long. I don't think we're gonna get through 12.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a good starting point.
Yeah. All right. Does that work for everyone? We'll do 10. We'll do 10 and 11.
That's fine for me.
Sure.
All right, because like I said, we're halfway through 10.
Get to that point.
Yeah, I mean,
actually start and finish 10.
Stay on target.
Yeah.
Too close. Stay on target.
We have 10 pages left to go over, roughly. Okay.
Yeah. It's not that big a deal. But...
Shit, I lost my page because I was looking ahead. Fuck. Give me a second.
It's when Mod Job swallows. You could start there. It's kind of where we got off track.
Yeah, no.
77.
77. Okay.
In any other company, that might be a weird sentence.
No, I'm on page.
In your edition, actually.
70. I'm on page 76.
Okay. Well, yeah, that would work too. I was just showing the last mention of Mod.
Oh yeah. So
because he's not really that important. I was just saying we would at the end of his character, like we could just cut ahead. But...
Well, I mean, he's the one Brown we get. God damn it! Let's just talk about him.
I mean, I think we've already talked about him enough. He's
what do you mean?
Kind of a bouncer.
We didn't talk. I just all I said is Darrow meets Mod Job. That's all we said.
And that's about as important as it is. He's just a bouncer who gets like.
So the red glowing eyes are.
Darrow meets Mod Job.
There just basically the whole scene is Darrow meets the bouncer. The bouncer's distrustful.
No one other than Mod Job ever cares again.
and then Harmony is like, nah, we're not giving our shit away because I have a detonator.
I have a bomb and I will blow myself
she's literally up. Like, I have a bomb. Yeah, she's literally just like goes with it.
Yeah, but yeah, all right. I'll blitz through it then. This is because the reason I want to mention this because this is Darrow's first time meeting. This is Darrow's first time interacting with someone who doesn't know who Darrow is. Like Darrow's a fish out of water right now, and like Darrow like he's staring at Majab because he looks so different to what Darrow's used to. He has red glowing eyes for like the jewelry processing, and he has like his face made of metal. And this first time he's ever seen brown hair, which is kind of funny to think that's like foreign to Darrow. But then Majab's like, "You look at me funny, kid," and Darrow like gives him like a wink and a smile, thinking that would like de-escalate the situation because that's how it would work in the mind. And it just pisses Majab off more. He's like, "You fucking with me, kid? You want to go?" And then he's like, then he takes a closer look at him. He's like, "Dye in the hair, grr." He's like, "You're a filthy ruster." But yeah, so this is kind of like you don't get a lot of Darrow fish out of water as a red. It's mostly him as a gold, which is his own other set of fish out of water. So I just thought it was just funny that like Darrow doesn't even know how to be a red correctly, which is kind of funny. But yeah. So Majab is that's not even his actual name, right? Just the name Darrow gives him.
Yeah, it's a nickname.
Be surprised if it was his name.
That'd be a really funny name. Like
Darrow likes to give people nicknames like this.
Yeah, they're fun.
So
his parents, his was Atreides. We will name you Mud.
Yes.
Mod Job Atreides.
But yeah, so this is everyone say goodbye to Mod Job.
He's described as he has a Mod Job for a nose.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why.
No, I know, but that joke worked on 2 levels.
Yeah,
that was good. I like that one.
Good job, Dake. I love how Dake makes little jokes to himself that no one else really fully gets. But hey, it's the Norm Macdonald way of making comedy. You do it for yourself. That's all that matters.
I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. I can't help it.
Doing it for yourself is always the best way to joke around. But yes, let's continue.
But yeah, everyone say goodbye to Mod Job. We will never see a.
He did just say right.
The brown colors will never be as cool again.
Mod Job really is the face of the Browns, and like, what a face! A face only a mother could love, right?
I don't know, man. She named him Mod Job.
All right, bye, Mod Job. But yeah, Falcon. I just thought when I found his character card, I'm like, no fucking way. I had to show you because it's like
that blew my mind. I'm like, I actually made character art for a brown character, but I guess it is a card game, so they kind of have to fill the roster.
No, yeah, because there's a lot of really important characters who are just not in the card game, and I'm like, oh man, this character's not in there. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. And then, like, Kieran's not in the card game, but like, Mod Job is.
I think they were like, it's a game, so they want to represent.
No, that's exactly why.
Representation.
Yeah.
Well, Kieran doesn't have any importance in the first trilogy.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get going.
But yeah, I mean, he was just the first one I could think of. There's other characters, Dake. I'm like, they're not in it, but Mod Job's in it. Like Clown and Pebble aren't in it, for instance.
I kind of get that, but
they're relatively they're more important to Mod Job.
I don't.
I agree. They're important characters, but like if you're gonna cut anybody, like their role is much more backloaded. I would say.
No, they should be there.
I mean, especially because it's the card games, the first 3 books, and they're pretty important, especially in book 3.
In the trilogy.
But book 3, they have pretty big roles in book 3.
I have to speak carefully when I say this, but like, don't discount
if you're
the
gonna
importance of-
say anything, I'm going to push.
Dake,
we need to go.
Yeah.
No,
We're too close.
it's okay. It's just one thing. It's just in reference to
hear.
Clown and Pebble. That's all.
Yeah,
I just want to say, don't forget that you shouldn't disordinance of any of the original crop of howlers.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to do a card game, you have to cut people. It makes sense to cut them if it's specifically about the trilogy. Like,
but yeah, so then
I can see that. Yeah, it's just like they matter more as individual characters than I think people often realize.
No, I'd agree with that. But anyway, back to so Harmony's like, I got Darrow, like they're not gonna let Darrow in because he's a filthy ruster. When I guess Harmony and Dancer are too. It's just they have better disguises because Darrow's was pretty impromptu, and they carry themselves better in this world.
Well, they're beautiful.
That too, and they've lived in this world longer, so they know how to carry themselves. But like, so yeah, Dancer pulls like a gun with Ares on it, and that like makes Mahjab nervous. And then Harmony shows the fucking bomb, and then Mahjab does like a fucking like Looney Tunes gulp, like go right in.
I have to say, that's probably like the best Harmony is that she just shows up with the bomb and she just like throws her weight around. It's like so entertaining.
It's the she's the most likable she is in the entire series in part 2 of this book.
In part 2, yeah.
And like I don't like particularly like her character, but she's like tolerable and has some funny moments, and then no more. those somewhat lukewarm feelings go away.
Character I considered of my favorites, just because when you're early on, you don't have as many favorites because you're kind of like
that was so funny when you kept saying that.
You're kind of getting.
Harmony's at this point on my top 10 list, and the rest of us are like,
like when you're actively developing opinions on characters, you kind of just like.
Hey, Falcon, guess what? Harmony was never on my top 14 list because I can go back and check, and she never was. God damn it!
I think that's fair. I just kind of like what she kind of is in part 2, like just like a sardonic asshole. Like,
but then again, I had weird reasons.
I do too.
I put Pollux on my list because
like an entertaining archetype.
I liked Pollux because he was just like a fucking just chain smoking asshole who only cared about himself, and I'm like, I kind of dig that archetype.
Wait. Obviously, Dake is favorable to Harmony because she embraces his culture.
Rangi will make that joke whenever he can.
I'm really curious which of the many cultures he could be referencing that he's going for.
Irish.
I feel like it's going to be the
vehicular bombing.
Yes.
So that is
car bombing.
Yeah, I figured it was on that.
Yes.
Did they?
It was an IRA joke.
Did they have car bombs in the bars in Ireland? 'Cause those are one of my favorite drinks to order here. I'm like, I don't think they probably serve those in Ireland.
I can't say I've ever heard of that one as a drink, but maybe.
Irish car bombs are pretty popular over here in the States, but I can see why they wouldn't be in Ireland as a drink. Might be a bit touchy.
They wouldn't be popular.
I can see why they would have them.
I can see why they wouldn't be popular.
I feel like
in
there's a lot of
England.
Irish people who would like would find it funny.
Yeah.
I
England,
can see.
I still laugh at the Transformers episode back in the day where they went to the fictional country of Carbomia, and I am not.
That's real.
Yes, that is real. Go ahead and Google it right now. Carbomia.
Oh no, I believe you. Word. I believe you. But so Mahjab.
Wait,
oh my god, it's real.
I believe you, but I also think it's gonna be funny to
the
read.
full name is even funnier. It's the Democratic Federated Republic of Carbomia.
And there was the
there's 4,000 people and 10,000. There's more camels than
than 4,000 people and 10,000 camels. That was the population of the town.
That's hilarious.
Then there was the Captain Planet episode where they gave nuclear bomb for reasons.
Oh no.
But and then so Mahjab after seeing the bomb fucking like I said does the Looney Tunes gulp and then like stumbles over trying to like open the door for them, so because he's scared shitless right now. And that's the last Brown you'll see all trilogy.
Harmony doesn't get what you want.
Harmony has a face that looks like it will back up what she's selling. But yeah, goodbye Browns. You won't be
face only a mother could love. Yeah.
Yes, I love that joke. I'm proud of it. But yeah, you will not see another relevant Brown character until Dark Age. So salute to you, Mod Shop.
The most relevant I've encountered in my, and I was wrong before. I said I was on part 4. I was on part 3.
Are you talking about the Brown cook?
For Golden Sun.
Are you talking? Because the only other Brown character you meet in the series is like a Brown chef who's just like, oh, he's like fucking like what's his name? The fucking the Muppets chef.
About.
Yeah, he's like he doesn't actually even like really say anything of substance. He's just like, oh, he's like, oh,
yeah, but he shows.
What's the Swedish chef? That's what it is.
Yeah. You're also saying.
Yes.
Here, okay,
yes.
So I need another tray of like food.
Yeah, I think Pierce watched like an episode of The Muppets before writing that chapter because like he's just literally just Swedish chef but a Brown. Yes, that's the bacon and eggs chapter you're talking about.
I'm told for.
What?
No, I shouldn't make that joke. Actually, I won't. Never mind. No, sorry. That might be good.
There we go. Anyway, so they enter the nightclub. And they behold a beautifully intelligent man. Mickey the Carver is a scalpel of a man with a crooked smile and black hair that hangs like a puddle of oil down one side of his head. A tattoo of an amethyst mark, wreathed in smoke, winds around his left hand. It's the sigil of a violet, the creative, so it's always shifting. Other violet symbol stains his wrist. He's playing with a little electronic puzzle cube that has changing faces. And then he also he has 12 fingers, which that's something I always forget, that like half the colors have like different amounts of fingers because they have like oranges, obsidians, violets. Am I missing any others that have like more than 10 fingers? Because
no, more than 10 fingers.
Violets have 12 fingers, oranges have 14 fingers, obsidians have 16 fingers, and I think everyone else has 10.
Oh, no, wait. Hold on.
Right.
Hold on. Reds have 10 at most.
That was a shit joke.
Gold also.
Was that a joke, or were you just...
have 10 at most.
What are we doing? What bit is this?
No, there are characters.
Dude, I got to push the button again. Like, where are we gone?
Rangi's just... I can't tell if Rangi's doing a bit or not. Are you doing a bit, Rangi? What is this?
I'm kind of both doing a bit and a bit. No. But actually, golds do actually... do actually have variable.
Well, yeah, you can get modifications. Obviously, any color can do that. They can afford it. Anyway, we're getting back to this. Your bit's over. No.
Golds have less. That's what I meant.
What? Most golds don't have less than 10 fingers. What are you doing?
At this point, can we just end at 11?
We have like 5 pages. Rangi, we have like 5 pages left. Clock in. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so Mickey doesn't even look up. He's just like fiddling with the puzzle, and then Dancer fucking yeets the puzzle across the table, just slaps it out of his hands, and then Mickey's like, "Oh, hello." And then he basically
what an asshole.
Yeah, but
it's like, oh, Dancer.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh, I didn't see you there. And then I fucking love Mickey. And then Harmony's like all being Harmony, and then Mickey's like, oh, I want to make you like my little pet. And then she's like, well, carve yourself a soul, you might get a shot. And he's like, so it takes being a red to have a soul. He's like, if that's what it takes, I'll pass. And then like Harmony means that more than you know, that she only believes red are people. So then they give Mickey their business proposition, and then Mickey's still kind of just like not taking them seriously because he doesn't really know the severity of the situation they're about to put him in. And then they give him a present, and he's like, oh, present you shouldn't have, and he like kind of purrs at them, and then he's like, and then he examines it, he's like, ooh, color, such a taste. Sorry, red. Ugh, such a tasteless color. He's like, because the box is red. And he's like, yeah, what a shit color red is. Because it's the bottom society. No one likes red. Even though it's my favorite color. But then he opens it like all nonchalantly, pleased with himself that he's just like fucking with them. And then he sees what's inside, and his demeanor completely changes. And he's like, "You stupid sodding bastards, what is this?" And Dancer's like, "You know what they are." And Mickey like hisses, is like, "You brought them here? How'd you get them? Are you insane?" And then he looks around, and they're like, Dancer's like, "Insane? We're bloody damn manic." And he gives him a big old smile, and he's like, "And we need them attached soon." And then Mickey's like, "Attached," and he cackles, and then the Dancer's like to him, and he points at Darrow, and then at this point Mickey's like, "All right, shit's getting serious," and he screams at all his freaks to leave. And one of those freaks, here, it's a good time to pull up both Mickey and Evie.
Yeah, Evie.
Yeah, here, let me.
Evie, I'll reset her name.
Yeah, Mickey and Evie. All right, bye, Mike.
I can't believe Pierce Brown added a character from Pokemon to Red Rising.
But yeah, so Mickey and Evie.
Yeah. Since we kind of ended the chapter, one funny line I like is with Mickey. It really just like how it shows his like analytic side, but then how he prioritizes like craftsmanship over like human connection. Where he's like, "Oh, Harmony, I could smell you from the door, my darling. Terrible bomb, by the by. This time you need real sneaky craftsmanship. Look Mickey up, yes."
Yes, Mickey's so much
I could
fun.
just do a better bomb than that.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
It's just funny.
Yeah, Mickey's great. But yeah, this is Evie. I really like this artwork for Evie.
That's neat.
Phantom Rim does a good job. I forgot her eyes were green at first because Mickey.
They're explicitly described as green.
Yeah, because Mickey.
Modified,
yeah, because Mickey gives her green eyes and wings. But yeah, I just forgot she had green eyes because she obviously changed them back to pink later. But yeah, and then Dancer.
She's out of Mickey's augmentations now.
Yeah. But Dancer leans forward and just
very valid reasons, of course.
Oh yeah, she's. I mean, who wants to fucking look like that? Like, yeah, it's fun for other people, but you got to live your life fucking like that. It's not a Halloween costume. She has fucking wings attached to her back, and she can't even use them. They're useless. Yeah. If she could actually fly with them, that would be kind of cool. But like, she can't, so they're just fucking hanging on her like burdens. And then so then Dancer leans forward. He's like, "We want you to make our boy here into a gold." And so yeah, we're now on chapter 11, which is 3 pages. So we'll get through this real quick. Mad, which is,
and I like the opening.
Yeah.
I want to draw attention to the opening. "You're mad, thank you," says Harmony.
Yeah, Harmony's like.
Is that the line you're thinking about?
No.
Is that the one? Or is it a different one? Okay.
No, there's I'll mention it now because it's in chapter 12. Darrow says, "Harmony's the only one I don't hate."
Oh.
Which is really funny considering who he's in the room with, Mickey and Dancer, who he goes on to really admire both of them, and then Harmony he comes to the spies. It's like he's like I hate Dancer, Mickey. Harmony though, I don't hate her. But yeah, that
is funny.
Yeah, that
I think "You're mad, thank you" is also a funny line.
Oh, it is. It's great.
In terms of Harmony.
But yeah, I think the other line that was really funny. It's "Harmony's here, time to go." Like that's the appropriate response to hearing Harmony's in the room with you in later books. But Harmony, Mickey's like, "I assume you misspoke. Pray repeat yourself," because like he's like, "You can't be fucking serious here. Like you're crazy. This is insane." And then and he's like, "Ares will pay you more money than you ever seen if you can successfully attach those to my young friend here." And Mickey's like kind of waves his hand like impossible. And he measures up Darrow, like finally taking notice of him. And he's like, he's unimpressed with everything he sees. And he's like, and he says it again, "Possible." And Harmony's like, "It's been done before." And then she's like playing mind game with him because he's like, "By who?" Because he's like, who could do it? And like he wants to be the best. And she's like, "No." And he's like, "Wait a minute, no, you cannot bait me." He's like, "I see what you're doing." she's like someone talented. She's continued to bait him, and then
Did not fall for the right.
and then Mickey's like impossible. Like Harmony, like I said, when Harmony's just rage baiting people with like no stakes, she's like kind of amusing, but like it's just like it's such an awful direction Pierce takes her. Yeah.
At first.
Well, not awful in like that it's bad character writing. Just like she's just so detestable.
It's like
yeah.
If anything, it's too good at making me like despise.
Oh yeah, she's such a well-written, detestable character. Like, and it's like he's not trying to be like edgy to hedge you at first. Just like it's a very realistic take on like what her type of character can become if left unchecked. Because like her rage was never reined in and just festers. Yeah. But yeah, then Mickey kind of goes over all the fucking rules of like why like this is just such a hard task because the quality control, like they don't fuck around. Like you have to have the DNA match the golden wings, and you got to do a cerebral extraction, and then you have to do subdermal markings to take care of that. You have to take care of those, and then there's the data chips to the frontal cortexes as well, and then there's synapse linkage, molecular bonding, tracking devices, and then he's like, and even if you could get all that down, then he's like, there's the trauma and associative reasoning, which is funny because those are the two things Darrow already has.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, and then he's like, say we make his body perfect, there's still one problem. We cannot make him smarter. One cannot make a mouse a lion. And I like how he intentionally chooses lion as like the predator choice because Darrow may just become
I like that lions are being brought up.
Yeah, he may just become a lion in more ways than one. But then Dancer's like he can think like a lion
before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People smug.
Yes. People smug. And then Dancer like tells him, "Oh, you can think like a lion," and Mickey just like kind of like, "Oh, you can think like a lion." He's just making fun of Dancer, like repeating what he said back to him in a mocking way. And then Dancer's like,
"Yeah, I do always love the mocking way Mickey will like play with people." It's always entertaining.
Oh yeah, he's a character. He's so unique. Like there really is no other Mickey type character. The closest is I would say Ephraim, and they're still pretty different.
Very different. There's another one.
Who am I missing?
There's another one. As no one said it.
Give me the
Severo.
Yeah, Severo's like more like vulgar. Like Mickey and Ephraim are a lot more clever with their retorts.
If we go a little later, Victra counts as well.
Yeah, okay, so Victor's a better comparison. Severo's retorts aren't really the same type of comedy. Severo is very just like base humor, and like I said, Mickey and Ephraim have like really clever retorts. Like, they're quite well thought out. Victor is pretty decent with that as well.
They're well read,
yeah.
The way they speak.
Severo's just like cock.
And of course, my man. Of course, my man Goodkind, deft in some things.
I still don't know what you see in him yet. Anyway, go back. Stay on target. Stay on target.
He just makes me laugh, man. Oh yeah, he just makes me laugh. He's a funny character.
All right, I see what you mean. But yeah, anyways. But yeah. And then Dancer's like, Ares wants it done. And then Mickey's like, Ares. It doesn't matter what Ares wants, you baboon. Never mind the science, his physical and mental dexterity. I love how he highlights dexterity. Because like those are like that's Darrow's specialty, both mentally and physically. He's like he's probably as daft as a damn bowl cleaner, and his tangibles won't match.
Yeah, it's just funny how wrong Mickey is here.
Oh yeah, he'll be put in his place soon enough. But like he's not their species. He's a ruster. That's the hardest R like the whole series.
He said it with the hard R.
Yeah, like
I like the cap. He said it with the capital R.
Yeah,
that's the capital R.
He has the hardest R this side of the belt. What? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
Is it too hard R's for Ruster?
Oh yeah, Ruster.
Like capital R better. It's like
Ruster. He's a Ruster. It's such a fun slur because I can say it with so much evil intent and not get demonetized. Thank you, Pierce, for giving me such a wonderful slur. I can say as many times as I want.
There's going to be some great out of context lines.
Oh yes,
in this story.
Just wait for it. Some lunatic next week will identify as a fucking iron mine, and all of a sudden you're in trouble.
Yeah, but hey, Dake, I don't live in the UK, so get fucked. Or yes, the British Isles.
Doesn't live
Well, I
in
mean,
the UK, so
Ireland is also pretty similar in internet regulation, or at least more than the US.
I don't think it's as bad as the UK though. That's like
it's not.
That's like
It's not as bad, and it never can be, because to be honest, our government is too fucking spineless and too toothed, and if they do, they know they lose. They'll make big noises to keep the EU happy, but they'll never actually do anything.
Good old saber rattling.
Yeah.
Just the same reason I've been able to not legally but safely download whatever the fuck I want for the last 25 give or take years.
Victimless crimes, right? Is that what they would call them? And then there's the South Park episode how like they're not victimless because like the all the sad celebrities, they have to like go from like having 2 jets to 1 jet. it's a really funny episode. Like they have to go from having 2 mansions to 1 mansion. It's like all the sad celebrities are moping because they're not making as filthy rich.
No man, it gets funnier. Over here, about 20 years ago, we had this really famous anti-piracy campaign. Like in front of every movie you'd rent, every movie you'd go to the cinema and see, whatever. Always have this big long ad about you wouldn't steal a handbag, you wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't steal a TV.
You want to bet?
Why is stealing a movie any different? Blah blah blah. And it came out about 18 months ago, give or take, that no one knew at the time. But they'd actually pirated the font that they fucking anti-piracy.
I love irony like that.
Isn't that just the classic?
It was so beautiful.
Dude, poetic irony is the fucking best. Maybe that's why Falcon likes Roke so much.
And this is just assume anything the government tells you they're doing, not to do, they're doing.
Yeah, pretty much. It's those who scream the loudest in church and all that, or pray the loudest. Yes. Back. So yeah. So and then going back, they're going, and then Darrow's reply to getting called a ruster. He's, I'm a hell diver of Lycos. That's just because that's all he knows. And then Mickey's like, oh, a hell diver! Clear the halls, everyone! A hell diver, you say? Mickey's just like so unimpressed. Mickey, you're so fun.
Spent a lot of time on this singular short chapter just because.
Well, Mickey's just so much fun.
Mickey's lines are.
Yeah, it's just like every single one. It's like you can't skip those lines. Like it's just like you gotta mention them. But yeah,
it's interesting, right? From Mickey.
Also, we only have 2 pages left, so.
I know, I'm joking. I'm just going like, we're like stretching this out because there's just a lot to talk about with Mickey.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm trying to like just narrow it down from Mickey's perspective. Like, why would you like trust anything these guys are saying about this like random fucker?
Well, I mean, to be fair, Mickey has a bit more context because he's worked with Ares in the past, or at least they have some semblance of a professional relationship. Like he's not a son of Ares yet, but like he has like provided them his services before. So it's kind of like because he's familiar with Harmony and Dancer. Like this is not the first time they've met. So like they have a working relationship. So he knows they're not completely full of shit. But even knowing who they are and what they can do, he still doesn't believe that this is like a reasonable course of action or even a possible course of action. But yeah, and then but then Mickey kind of gets a little bit more serious for a bit because he's like he starts squinting and he realizes he recognizes Darrow, and then he goes, "Bugger me blind," and then like, or he kind of murmurs it, and he's like, and then "Bugger me blind," and he's like thinking, and Darrow's like, "You recognize my face," and he like he's like happy that he can like prove he's not like an idiot, at least.
I like that Mickey video, like he just he just watches the whole video just to make sure.
Yeah, he just it's kind of also to assert his dominance. He just makes Darrow watch his wife get hung again.
Yeah, Mickey just does what he wants.
Yeah,
like constantly, and like it's a very like he's kind of like as much as Dancer is in charge.
Well, they're in his castle essentially. Domain. Yeah, they're in his domain.
Exactly.
And then he's like, aren't you dead with that girlfriend of yours? And he's like, my wife. And he's like, Mickey's like, but Mickey doesn't really take that comment to heart because he's mad at what he's realizing Darrow's doing. He's like, you're making a savior.
Like, a lot,
yeah,
I like it. Mm-hmm. It's like he talks about how people's like,
jaws, yes, because that's a pretty good description. Like when people get angry, their jaws clench, and it's like he likes to really point that out.
Like something no one else really does, but I just really like it.
I wouldn't say no one else does. It's just they don't do it as consistently. Like he really likes to point that detail out when characters are mad. Like he almost never does it when they're mad.
A lot of authors can do body language. Pierce just, I think he does a neat job with it.
Well, I think Pierce likes to pick his particular body trends and then continue to point them out when they occur. I think that's something he does that's a little bit different. Whereas other authors would randomly kind of put that in there, or Pierce makes sure that does it routinely because he likes his repetition. Mm-hmm. Yes, go on, Rangi.
Oh, but okay, wait. When you're talking about body language, and then with Darrow specifically, and the specific body language you're gonna have, and the specific emotions you're gonna have, because they're so important to the character.
Yeah, but that's not exactly what me and Falcon were talking about. Every time in the series any character gets mad, regardless of context, Pierce mentions their jaw muscles tightening or flickering. Like he does that consistently. It's something I always notice because how often he does it.
It comes through like all of the books, yes, in some way. Like there's
I just felt like I felt the need to highlight.
No, that's all good. It's
just another thing that another thing Gemmell does. Another thing that Pierce's mentor Terry Brooks does.
What the jaw muscle thing, or just the repetition of body language.
I would say highlighting more than repetition, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I think repetition is a form of highlighting. It's kind of like the square rectangle comparison. But yeah, like highlight or repetition will always be highlighting, but highlighting is not always repetition. Yada yada yada. But yes, so Mickey's like, oh, you're making a savior, and like he's pissed off about this because like he's scared of the repercussions this will cause, and like Dancer's like, and he looks at Dancer's like, Dancer, you're a bastard, and he's like, you're making Messiah for your gory damn cause, and then he Dancer.
Gory damn mention.
Yeah, gory damn. It's what the mid colors and higher use, and then the low colors use bloody damn. But then Dancer, he doesn't.
Well, just the Reds, I think once use bloody damn. That's kind of.
I think.
Pink,
I
see to show that their cultures are different, but kind of.
No, it is specifically red.
Well, it is specifically red, but I've seen a lot of pink characters use it too, though.
Really divergent culture, so they. Yeah.
Yeah, but high reds also use bloody damn.
Wait, what pink characters? If you're talking, because if you're talking about Mateo,
I'm not talking about Mateo. I'm not talking about Mateo. I'm not talking about Mateo. But Mateo does use it.
And Evie uses it. He uses it once.
Yeah, but he's not a character I would point to use it. Like obviously Evie does, and then there's some other pink characters that you haven't met yet.
He uses it specifically to make a point.
Yeah, that's why
I am now pushing the book.
Yes. Anyway, back on target. Gory damn and bloody damn are fun curse words. But anyway, back on target. But yeah, Dancer doesn't like beat around the bush. He just answers yes. Like, yep, that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're going to turn Darrow into Red Jesus, or a Red God, if you will.
John Rising,
yes. The Red God cometh. And then he's like, if I make him a goal, what you do with him? And he's like, well, he'll apply to school. He'll get in. He'll graduate. He'll get a good job out of college. And he's like, anything he wants, really. Which is just, I mean, not exactly what he says, but it's basically in our terms, like the context. And he's like, the better job, the more powerful job, the better.
I mean, there he's just like, he's just gonna get a prime position.
Yeah, he wants what any father wants. He wants his kid to get into a good school, do well, and then get a good job. That's all Dancer wants from Darrow.
And then blow up the government.
Yes,
awesome.
It's just yes. And then And then Mickey goes, "Mother of God," which is this is funny. It's always a funny line to hear. It's like a lot of movies always like put a lot of emphasis on that line. And he's like, "You want him to be a bona fide peerless guard, not a bronzy." And then they go and explain a bronze is basically like a faded gold. Like they have the same legal rights as a gold, but they're inferior in appearance, lineage, and capabilities. Yeah, they're not as talented. They're not as rich. They're not as old, like blooded. Yeah. And Dan's like not a bronze or a pixie.
Surely this won't be relevant later.
Yes. And then it kind of goes to show the highlight that.
And yeah, pixie mentioned. Pixie is one of my favorites.
It's a great cold slur.
Well, it's also one just that is constantly like.
It's a slur for the golds who. It's a slur for the golds who don't get.
A lot, and they call each. Yeah, that's how the golds put each other down. Same with bronzy. That's like.
Yeah.
There's like you think all golds are on top, but there's another hierarchy. That's kind of what we're seeing here.
Well, because it's I mean every color has hierarchies within hierarchies, but red and gold I think have like prominent subclasses where like you actually have different legal rights depending on which part of it. Like low reds have different legal rights than high reds.
Pierce delved into the other colors more, we'd probably see that a lot, and we do see with the grays because they're like they kind of have all different sorts of ranks and stuff. I'd say grays are like might be the third. Grays and obsidians are like
those are the four colors Pierce is most interested in. But I was going with that, Falcon, is not that like there's not like haves and have nots within each colors. There obviously is, but like from a legal perspective, high reds and low reds have different legal rights, and peerless scarred and non-peerless guard have different legal rights. Like there's always going to be hierarchies, but like you actually like you can't do certain things. Like it's almost like there's 16 colors rather than 14 because like there's like you can't climb the ladder until you are part of that. Which is like because you can be a bronzy with a peerless guard, and a bronze peerless guard would be less than a regular peerless guard, but they'd be still ahead of a pixie, which is a gold without a scar. And then obviously low reds can't become high reds.
I can think of two exceptions.
Yeah, what are they?
Adrius and Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Yes, true. But if you remember,
if you have power, you can kind of go beyond your station, so to speak.
Yes,
that's definitely possible.
It is. It's very difficult, and even with Adrius, right, he still legally can't inherit. Well, he can because he is a peerless guard. He can.
Adrius is.
Yeah, so Adrius
is a little different from
Quicksilver. Yeah, because Quicksilver is a good counterexample, and he's probably I think the reason he is exists as a character, or at least his main purpose initially, is to show that like even within this rigid society, there's still ways around it, right? Like he basically turned himself into a gold the same way Darrow did, just in a very different manner. Like Quicksilver is like the one non-gold that like is treated like a gold. Like they let him kind of prance around like a gold, and like Karnus is like only on Luna. Luna will let a silver pretend he's a gold. It's a great line.
And he's like objectively the richest man, I think, in terms of actual assets.
He is.
Like, he is technically.
They just
more powerful.
They just pretend he's not.
He kind of earns being different than everybody else.
Well, because he has to.
They just like to think he's not as.
Well, he had to keep it off the books until he was too rich to kill. It's basically what he did. Like he kept it all off the books, and then eventually he had so much money that like he like you couldn't take him, like you could not remove him from the system because he was he made himself too integral to the system. Like he's like the largest person in the economy. Like he's like the biggest benefactor, like singular person benefactor in the economy. Because I think he's
let's refocus.
Yeah. Well, we
really do need.
All right, we're on the last page, Dake. We're on the last page.
Let's wrap up. I was going to dip out after this chapter 2 because I kind of said all the deeper analysis things I wanted to say. I'm sure I would find others, but I'm satisfied with what I did. If you guys want to talk more,
all right, well,
and stream, that's all fine.
All right, well,
let's just finish 11.
Yeah, we'll end it. We'll end it here. The last page. Basically, the only thing left that happens is remember that the puzzle that Mickey was playing with. So basically he's playing with this puzzle. Do you see the image popping up on screen? It's really cool art. So yeah, he plays with the puzzle. All right, give it a second. This this will be the last image I pop up because literally there's only one more talking point. So Mickey's playing with his little puzzle, and he's basically saying like,
yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, it is really neat. And he's
also more Phantom Rim.
Yeah, Phantom Rim. Everyone check him out. He makes really good shit. I'll link him in the description later. But yeah, so he's just kind of like rolling his eyes that like he thinks Dancer's lost the plot essentially because Dancer starts talking about how he wants Darrow to command fleets and shit, and Mickey's like, fleets, you lot are mad, which is the name of the chapter. And then he's like, my boy, they're murdering you. You are not a gold. You cannot do what a gold can do. They are killers born to dominate us. Have you ever met one? They are, right? Sure, they may look all pretty and peaceful now, but you know what happened in the conquering? They are monsters. He's like, the Institute is not a school. It's a calling ground where the golds go to hack at one another till the strongest of mind and body is found. You will die. And then Mickey goes back to his puzzle. And then...
It's very right.
Yeah. And then Darrow takes the puzzle out of his hand. This is the second time a person took a puzzle out of a red took a puzzle out of his hand. He's like, what the fuck? Yeah, go on, Rangi.
Well, it's funny, first of all, how actually correct he is on what the
Institute is.
What the Institute is.
Mm-hmm. Which is supposed to be like a big secret.
Yeah, it's probably one of those. Like, it's an open secret. If you're prominent enough, like Mickey, you'll know.
Well, yeah, because he used to be a pretty important Violet before he kind of got like thrown down the ladder.
There's some dumbass pixies like, I want to send my daughter to go to this school. Like,
yeah,
you might not. You might think it's legit.
But if you're in the know,
like
yeah.
But well, it almost feels like
Mickey's black market connections. As well, so.
Well, it almost feels like they specifically go out of their way to make sure nobody's fully in.
Yes, that's the purpose, but there's just too many.
Most of the gold no, but there's definitely people like Mickey who get through they kind of have.
Well, because there's roughly 200,000.
Mickey definitely knows.
Well, he knows the gist. They don't know like the specifics. None of the Sons of Ares do. Well, that's I'm gonna move on from that topic before I speak something.
The interesting Mickey is Mickey is
talk about
the type of character.
But anyway, yeah. So there's two.
I can just say Mickey is kind of one of my favorite types of characters.
He's a fun archetype, yeah.
Like fictional media. Well, it's like the knowing mad scientist type, you know? He is the, we're doing this, okay, we're doing this, but,
Well, he's not in that point yet. Well, he's at a no. He's saying no right now. The reason he'll say yes which is the end of this chapter, which I'll get to it right now. Darrow takes the puzzle out of his hands. He's like, my boy, what are you doing? He's like, this is not a toy. And then Darrow's like, have you ever been in a mine? He's like, ever use your fingers to dig through a fault line at a 12-degree angle while doing the math to accommodate 80% rotation power and 55% thrust so you don't set off a gas pocket reaction while sitting in your own piss and sweat and worrying about pit vipers that want to burrow into your gut to lay their eggs into you? And he's like, this is, and I think he's about to say like unusual or something, and then his voice trails off as he realizes that Darrow bloody damn solved the puzzle that he was struggling with, and then he goes, impossible, and then Harmony's like, evolution, because she's a red supremacist, and Dancer smiles. Let's discuss price.
I'm better than you.
It doesn't even feel like Harmony. It doesn't even feel like he's a red supremacist as much as he feels like.
Harmony's a woman.
We're talking about Harmony, not.
Harmony, because
wait, was Harmony the one?
Yeah, she says evolutions because she believes in red supremacy. So that the fact that red can do something that a Violet was struggling with makes her happy because she.
Dancer would never really consider Darrow or an evolution. He would be more like Darrow is what we always had. We just kind of needed somebody.
Yes.
That's why I was confused.
No. Harmony's a red supremacist. She believes only reds matter. She doesn't care about any other color.
God, imagine if Harmony ever met Adrius. That would be a funny talk.
Well, they do.
Well, yeah, kind of, but it's just not. I meant like if we actually got to hear them talk to each other.
Yeah. But yeah.
Those kind of supremacists for their own group.
Yes. But yeah, that was chapter 11. We're gonna stop there. Closing thoughts. We'll make them brief because I know everyone wants to get off. Dake, start with you.
Harmony's a stone cold bitch.
Yeah,
True.
Mickey's the man.
Yeah, I mean Mickey is the man. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I know I've been a bit quiet on this one, but honestly, there's not a huge amount I can actually add to what you guys have said. You've said everything I would have said already.
Yeah, no, it's fair. I mean, like I said, these chapters aren't the most dense.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's
the
kind of
most
why
part,
it's kind of why I haven't been as vocal. It's like a lot of time what I feel like I'm gonna say, it's like, oh, okay, well, somebody else has said it.
Well, yeah, I think it's just these.
Yeah, I've had a few.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I
It's
think
okay.
I think we can toy with doing is alternating who leads the chapters because even though me and Jam are primarily doing it, it does kind of make us eat up most of the conversation. So I think something we can toy with is like we alternate every chapter who does it because I think that'd be a good way to get everyone involved.
Idea.
Yeah, it's okay, man. Neither one of us begrudges you guys taking
No,
over.
no,
It's all right.
It's not.
you know.
That's not a.
Someone has to do it.
Yeah, no, I don't feel bad about doing it. It's just it's something that like I'd be
It's
cool
not
with.
taking courage. I should have
Hey, if we cared that much, we probably
Although
would have closed.
to be
this
fair
time.
though, hearing Rangi talk less is not a complaint of mine. get fucked, Rangi.
Well, I said if we much, we would have closed at 5.
All right. Well, sounds like no one has much else left to
Don't
say.
listen to angry.
I'll just have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
I think this like kind of rereading it. I just like that I got a new appreciation for in general, like kind of.
That is not a
Informing.
sentence I
Wow,
ever
I like-
thought I'd hear one of you guys say on live stream.
What? Reread a great
Got
greater
a new appreciation for Mickey.
Oh.
For Mickey. That's what I said. What?
I think there's
whatever.
he's referencing something else.
In Ireland
Okay.
slang, Mickey means penis.
Oh. Funny. That's funny that it's also a slur for Irish people in general. Like,
Yeah.
but anyway.
Oh, because you're calling him a cock, which is
Well,
that makes sense.
That's the whole Michael name
that's
thing.
just, yeah, it's about the names.
Which
not
is
the-
weird that that's considered Irish when it's like a Jewish name, but okay.
Hey, nothing will ever beat Dago. All right.
Well, Irish people
No, it's-
love their
It's
biblical
fine.
names.
No, it's fine. I don't mean anything deeper by that. I'm just saying it's odd that it's considered Irish when it's like so obviously in the fucking Bible and Talmud as a Jewish name.
The Celts
Well,
were
that's
there.
just the
They were
cultural
they were
transfers.
just in the background, like they were in the backdrops of all the scenes.
I mean, we're kind of aware.
He was using
We're
shit.
kind of aware in the background. We were just in the background like 4,500 miles away doing our own thing.
Yeah, fucking wanking off in the bushes.
Making whiskey.
Every time they bring
Guys were busy. Those guys were busy making up gods. We were busy making whiskey.
Falcon, they were busy wanking off in the bushes.
Also, possibly that. Yeah, we have a lot of bushes. Rains a lot.
That's
There's only so much you can do.
That's one of my favorite reoccurring jokes. Is the Severo's always wanking off in the bushes.
Yeah.
But go on, Falcon. You had one more thing to say.
Honestly, it wasn't too deep. I think we're good. Good to end, cut it for my final thoughts. There.
You don't mean to suggest it was less deep than several wanking off in the bushes.
what could ever top that?
Deep than that.
I just say it real quick. I mean,
Yes.
we're going to be over in a minute.
Oh yeah, I just liked. I think overall, Pierce once again does a good job with establishing elements of the world, and overall, these chapters are definitely stronger than what's kind of came before. Some
I would say this
Mhm.
is one of the most
particularly
like
pretty strong.
situation. So the most striking situation for me was like getting hit with that. Oh, we were lied to. That line specifically, and when you get the reveal of the fact that Mars has been terraformed the whole time.
Yeah, it would have been nice if I went in. I didn't know that already. Thanks, Pierce. Thanks for telling me that EO died, Mars was terraformed, and Darrow becomes a gold all before I started the first page. That was great, Pierce.
For wanting that to be necessary.
Yeah. Oh God.
Well, no. For me personally, as somebody who originally was listening to this on the audiobook and while working, that was the big thing where I was like, wait, this book is more than.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool reveal. That's why I was. That's why I'm memeing about it. Like I would have liked to have those 3 reveals organically and not just like already know them before I start page 1. Like those are 3 pretty fun reveals, and like it's just like it's kind of annoying you have to get the fucking chapter 12 before you get like new content, so to speak, if you read the beginning or back of the book. But anyway, that's just my little rant. Oh no, the character stuff is good. It's just there's no plot twists in the first 11 chapters.
Yeah. The plot you could kind of just knowing a lot of the time. But...
Yeah. But no, the character stuff's pretty good, and I definitely had, like you were saying, a newfound appreciation of some of the character stuff. Like, I enjoyed the first 11 chapters more on a reread than a first read, which I don't think will always be the case with some of the more exciting chapters later. It's just sometimes I think just not knowing where the chapter's going to head is almost impossible to top that, no matter how much newfound appreciation you have for the little details. But like from like these kind of chapters where there's not as much big bombastic stuff happening, and it is a bit more predictable, especially if you kind of have the context of the front or back. It is just really cool to dive into the character stuff. So I definitely appreciated more on second and third read for part 1. I read that 3 times. But anyway, that's all I have to say. I think no one else has anything else to say, right? All right, that sounds like a no.
Good stream though. I had fun talking about this.
What?
No.
Yes, it's no sleep for any of us. We are internet folks. Sleep is a myth. Anyway, goodbye everyone. Bye bye.
Well, what do you mean? It's still.
I'm just gonna turn off the stream on Rangi. He'll just keep yapping. Otherwise, bye everyone.
Guys, goodbye.